Hey, this is Dan.
Bob.
And Dr. Aggro.
From GigaBoots.com, and welcome to GigaBoots Podcast. I didn't know. I didn't check.
20?
20. I think it's a square 20. I think it is.
20.
You know what? I'm going to check.
35.
No.
Whoa, too far.
I-
Gonna reel it in. We're gonna hook
actually-
that bass idea. We're gonna reel it in. We're gonna take our reservation net and we're gonna put that bass idea in it. We're gonna bring it into the boat of reason, and we're gonna fillet it with the knife of temperance.
Not the knife of deliciousness, because if we're filleting it.
We don't take the knife of deliciousness out of the boat.
Oh yeah, no, that could turn really bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is GigaBoots Podcast episode 20.
Woo!
We don't name these in the podcast. We just say some shit, and then we're like, that's the funny part. And, like, the last one's named Enigma Bob, because we were talking about, I don't like this guy. This is not Bob.
That's still creepy.
Fake Bob?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is.
May he always pass us by in ignorance.
He's about as creepy in his poser likeness as the stickers on NASCAR cars, the painting on the headlights. That's fucking creepy. There's really goddamn... Because, like, the next step is the painting the driver into the windshield perspective-wise correctly.
Like two
they're
things.
They're
One,
fucking robots.
If Google has their way, that's going to happen soon.
Oh, no doubt. Robot dog.
They'd still watch it. It's the only NASCAR you can do drunk. Two, it boggles my mind that how long have you lived in the American South, and this is the extent of your knowledge of NASCAR?
Because of my own biological father being thrust from my life somewhere around 10. Oh man, that makes it sound like he died. Wouldn't that have
Thrust from an airplane.
Wouldn't that have been great? No, I didn't have enough Southern influence to actually come across NASCAR more than like once in a restaurant, twice out in the wild. Just like, look, it's NASCAR. That's the thing. I think one holiday, because we used to do holidays at my house for the family around here. One holiday was just on. It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, this isn't football. What the fuck is this? And we're just watching it. And
Maybe
even
it
then,
is.
it didn't last. Even then, they were like, shh, I'm just fucking. Because, like, it's fucking weird. Because, yeah, we are in the fucking South. And even still, we couldn't get enough of my hick relatives to give a shit and watch NASCAR. Like, all of us are like, no, it's not football. We're just fucking with... You're fucking with us, right?
Oh man, no, I have relatives that have commemorative plates. We went up there one year, and my brother and I, we spent that whole weekend. They're turning left again. Woo!
I bet that joke never gets old.
Oh god, it cycled through funny and spiteful all weekend.
That's when you know it's a keeper. Because you don't know what it will be until you have said it.
It's a lot like a solid marriage. It cycles like that.
Amazement and anger?
like everyone who gets married at the end of a romantic comedy, that's what their relationship is going to be like.
Oh my god. Ugh. Man, that's like... Romantic comedies are already brutal to deal with if you have a functioning human brain.
Yeah.
Getting to the end and thinking about how long the relationship lasts, I haven't watched I've watched quite a few considering the statement I just made, but I've kept myself only doing that to maybe like 3 at the end, and it really made it worse.
It really does.
I'm just like, this movie had no fucking point.
It's like Congo. So Bob.
Wow. I don't remember. I haven't seen any romantic comedy with laser guns.
Dude, you know who's at the beginning of Congo?
Who?
Bruce motherfucking Campbell
Yeah.
is in the first 20 minutes of Congo.
Yeah.
Huh.
I didn't know that when I was a kid.
Did they kill him off or something?
Immediately.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should go to talk about what we're playing, but I'm actually gonna fuck that.
Okay.
This is more casual than that.
No. Our podcast
I didn't
has
buy-
gotten more casual.
Yeah, because like I didn't buy this $400 microphone on a whim. No, like this wasn't a man. He's so loaded. No, he's an idiot, guys. I'm fucking stupid. In any case. Like Jeff fucking, he's like, I need a guitar. Walks into Lights Music, a nearby sort of locally owned music shop, I believe. I believe they're locally owned.
The guys who run it live here.
Right, there we go.
No
Whatever.
idea.
In any case, he walks in there for like one of their secret sales where they send out mail. Like, if you have shopped there in the past and you registered with them, they will send you a letter to be like, hey, we're having an awesome sale, but it's like, you have to have this thing to get in. So he goes there and he's like, I need a new guitar, and they have this $2,000 model. But it's the audio industry, so really the shop's like, but we have it for $1,500. He's like, I can't. And when they're like, well, as a part of the sale, it's actually $1,100. And he's like, I can't. I don't get paid for 2 days, and we have layaway. I'll be back. You do that. So now,
you know what model it was?
Jeff, fuck no.
Damn it.
It's really nice. It's a nice fucking guitar. It really is.
Doesn't help me.
Oh yeah, no. Hey, what headphones are they? Oh, the good ones. I would slap a bitch, but no, that wasn't me aiding you. That was me insisting it was worth it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to guess based on what I know about Jeff. that shit is either like an American Jackson, or that motherfucker decided that we're going to get married and he bought a cherry red EB0 1961 model.
Nope. Neither of those. Yeah, he actually he has a soft spot for sort of Spanish guitars, acoustic.
White double neck, no head flying V.
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know, right? With the pants, you would think.
Is it at least an acoustic bass?
No.
Double head acoustic, one of them's 12 string?
No.
I gotta be honest. I have tremendous respect for the history and the artistry. I fucking hate acoustic guitars.
So I'm sitting there on Twitter and I'm talking about bass. How,
and the aces
like, and
thereof.
I've entertained the thought of constructing a band out of video game sound chips for a long time, and I'm, mentioned the Genesis on bass guitar would be fucking badass. Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles prove that.
Oh, yeah.
That's irrefutable. And Aggro here makes the very fitting, very funny joke of, like, the PS3 is on the... And he basically just describes the Neil Peart drum set sort of thing of, like, it's a full circle of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had to explain that to a man because of you. Because there's somebody following on Twitter, and when I retweeted it, they were like, that doesn't make sense, and I think he said that because he thought it sounded cool. And I'm like, no, actually, that makes perfect sense. Allow me to explain.
But the second half is totally true. I'm going to come clean about that.
Allow me to explain the cell processor. So I had to explain that the Neil Peart drum set is the cell processor of kits. And yeah, that was a pretty fucking good one. Good one. Yeah. Yes, quite rather. And the reason I was talking about this is there's a really cool thing out there. We'll probably put a link in the description called 16-bit audiophiles. They are taking like stupid amounts of care and recording off of the Genesis 1 model. There's a distinction. It's through the headphone jack with very specifically designed hardware, lossless FLAC versions of all these Genesis games.
Did the Genesis have a headphone jack?
Genesis Model 1 did.
Jesus Christ.
It had a volume slider on the front, too.
Oh.
So I guess mine's got that.
Too
bad it's busted.
Too bad. Then you would be...
Too bad. You're marked for death.
You've killed a beautiful thing, and now you must die to a beautiful thing. Beats with waifu. So yeah, they recorded it in 96 kilohertz. You okay?
Sorry, being beaten to death with a body pillow.
Yeah.
Is wow.
Yeah.
You have to
you
really
get 10
work
points
at
if you guess who's on the pillow before I kill you with it.
Don't think too much about it now, because it might be that apparent that you would just say it before he even starts hitting you, and that just ruin it. Ryo Nami, no. Do I have another?
There are many.
So they're recording it in 96 kilohertz at 24-bit. And the first thought I had was, isn't that fucking ludicrously, like, not necessary 96 kilohertz? Like, isn't the Genesis hard locked to... Well, the thing most people don't know is the Genesis actually has, technically, 3 layers of audio for all the music. It has one chip that's producing 2 of them, the Yamaha. It does a synthesized sound, and then it plays samples. Like in Sonic 3 when you hear the yeah and go.
Right.
And then there's the Z80 processor, which was in there for backwards compatibility with the Master System. Mm-hmm. But people use it for drums and shit. So that's why you have some very 8-bit sounding drums in a lot of these Genesis games. So because of those 2 chips physically existing, not the one in the same, them sending the signal off to the DAC and the amp to churn that into the headphone jack, there actually is this weird quality that comes from recording it at that high of a recording. On top of that, instead of just hard emulating it, because emulating sound chips correctly is something we did a while ago, but the fact of the matter is that people composing on these things didn't have software to emulate it. They had the Genesis, so they programmed some shit in, they play it back, and a lot, like all of the soundtracks I've listened to so far on that site are drastically better with the DAC merely because it curves a lot of the harshness. Like every time I played Sonic since I was a kid, emulated on like PS2, PSP, PS3, all these different versions, I'm like, damn, that ring sound is fucking shrill. Was I an idiot as a kid and I'm just doing this? I'm like, that's a good sound. Like I'm just really fucking into this. But yeah, no, the DAC. What? Like I'm just a shit. Like I'm at my aunt and uncle's house. I'm like, yeah, you like that?
Video games.
What's wrong with this 10-year-old?
He had 2 Mountain Dew Code Reds. It's a fucking nuclear
Later
fallout.
on, it's like 10 o'clock at night. He's under the blanket with the flashlight. Comic books, motherfucker.
You hear the loudest page-turning sounds ever.
The Flash.
Run, Superman! Ah, shit!
You are the shittiest 10-year-old ever.
Right, and that's what I was imagining every time. And the sad thing is, I'm not thinking of like 1 adult or 2 adults that had to deal with that. I'm thinking of like 4 or 5.
Right? They keep passing you around.
They're just like, oh my god, the shithead won't stop playing these Genesis games. This shit is so annoying sounding.
Daniel will do what Nintendo don't.
Yeah.
Blast processing.
Of course, I'm hemorrhaging and bleeding from the ears while I'm screaming it at this point. I think Aggro's fucking gone. So yeah, it's a really cool product. No,
that
okay.
little kid is who they marketed Sonic to.
Yeah.
This fucking hedgehog. He's got an attitude.
And he eats chili dogs. They fucking called that shit.
Fuck yeah, chili dogs!
That's the thing. Okay, how did you 2 react to him eating chili dogs?
Chili dogs are awesome, so
Okay, how did you react?
I don't know. I'm
What?
same boat. I like chili dogs, so.
Okay, so here's the thing. I wasn't really a chili dog person. Like, I hadn't eaten chili dogs before seeing that.
I had like
So
one.
when it's like Sonic's eating these chili dogs, I'm like, chili hot dogs? That's kind of gross, Sonic. Why do you... And I like, because my old man, the one who was thrown out in the plane, because he has like, he's a bastard. Like, he eats Taco Bell and then drives us 40 miles to his house in the middle of nowhere with the windows rolled up. I was like, that seems like something my dad would do. He would eat chili dogs. Sonic, that's not cool. What are you gonna do? Like, stop at Dairy Queen for some chili dogs, and then we got 40 miles to drive, and you won't roll down the windows because you're a bastard?
Nah, Grandma, I'm a purist. I like this cartoon. Sonic don't eat chili dogs in the game.
Is that how Jay from HailsWeUp.com was as a kid? screaming about Thundercats.
That's how Jay from HailZeon.com was like last fucking week.
Yes, that much is certain.
Let me tell you about Full Metal Alchemist. No, man, come
No,
on. I
that's-
gotta sleep. I
Dude.
watched your video.
Fuck. You had it on loop that one day, the whole day. I think I saw it like 7 times now.
Because I'll walk by his room when I'm there, and like he'll be playing one of his videos, and when I say he's doing a straight up Buffalo Bill, I mean he is wearing a blonde wig. He has that silk shawl, and he is like tucked and dancing.
You know, because you gotta own it. You gotta be a part of that.
He really
And,
just
you
he
know,
doesn't half-ass anything.
No. Like, Hippo only started doing that after he became YouTube famous. Jay from HailZeon.com has prepared himself emotionally and physically for the transition into being YouTube famous.
I'm sorry, 10-year-old you. You remember that episode of The Twilight Zone where that kid kept sending shit to the cornfield?
Yeah.
I imagine, like, all the adults were that scared of you. Like, they didn't want to turn the TV off because if this was you at like...
Doesn't that sound great?
Because that's you at like...
Cheryl! I'm not calling my Aunt Cheryl or something. I am calling her by her first name only.
Because that's that little motherfucker at 4. Like he's at a 4, he's playing video games, he's chilling. They turn that TV off, that kid goes to 9.
Yeah.
And somebody has to call the army.
Yeah. I'm like, that's so fucking, the reason why I'm not even that is how certain I was that much of a shit. Like, I've already run through this in my head. I'm like, wow, I'm like, hey, I came over to play the most annoying sounding thing in your house again. Can we do that, please? It was like every fucking version, too. Like, you could sit there and be like, well, maybe the PS2 one had bad sound emulation? Because that was the thing, you know.
Yeah.
PS2 days, we very oftentimes got shit emulation when we got the retro catalogs. But when it was every version, I think it was by the third one, the one on the PS3 when they were sold a la carte, that I'm like, or no, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection.
Yeah.
That is when it started to go, oh, wait, no, these wouldn't all be doing this. Sonic sounds this. I must have been the most annoying fucking nephew known to man.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Yes, and then I float to space.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. But those guys are doing a really awesome job. You can actually go over to 16-bit audio. Yeah, that hard of a transition back into... You're
Getting
still
whiplash over
Sharp
here.
left turn.
Yeah. Oh, left turn again. And again. 3 left turns and a right. Mom, we turned the opposite... fuck it. The Key West story that actually happened. We turned left 3 times and then turned right. And when I tried to explain to them what that did... Because we're talking, we did it in a very small space.
Right.
Like, this wasn't even a curved road. Straight roads. Perfectly 90-degree... I'm like
It's
trying
Key
to
West.
explain...
It's very small.
We're heading the opposite... Yeah, it's fucking tiny.
Yeah.
Heading the opposite direction, and they just... It is so awkward. I'm like, okay, you guys are coked up. I'm just gonna fucking... And then I went to whatever I was doing, because I was fucking terrified if I... You spent how much? No, that was a bad deal. But in any case, yeah, 16-bit audiophile project. I'm gonna link it in the description. Those guys are awesome. They've got, I don't know, about 24 Genesis soundtracks up, and they take requests. And the coolest part about this, in my opinion, other than the audiophile aspect, is that there's this other group called Project 2612 or 2612. I don't know what it actually, right? The format for music that's out there now, it got consolidated a bit. So multiple consoles fall under the VGM file type. So they actually got the VGMs for all the music in every Genesis game. Got a cartridge, programmed a Genesis code to properly just play the music from those games, and then gave them the cartridge just so they could absolutely certainly record all this music without any problems, any difficulty whatsoever.
Damn.
Because it's hard enough for them to just do a good recording. Like, you guys have seen me do video tests.
Yeah.
I fucking went back far enough in the news on this site, and yeah, that madness was there. He's like, look at this chart! Look at it! And I look at it, I'm like, I don't know why you're angry! I don't understand! Look at the sparkle! He said that. I'm not making that up. He said, look at the sparkling at 40 kilohertz. And I'm looking, and I'm trying, and nothing's sparkling. It's a still image, so it shouldn't sparkle anyways. I'm looking for something that can be interpreted as a sparkle, which is so wide at this point because I'm terrified. It could be yellow, and I'd be like, that's sparkling. Okay.
I'm willing to believe.
Yeah, so, this guy's worked fucking hard. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty really cool.
And they have Toe Jim and Earl, so
Yeah.
that makes them the best people ever.
Second one.
Oh,
we need to
Shit.
start a thread on the forum. All you have to do to request a new thing is make an account for the forum and then just make a thread.
That's for peasants. I'm going to find me a phone number.
Okay. That's reasonable. You seem like a chemically balanced person.
Well, I do eat chili dogs.
I was like, bitch.
What?
Chili dogs, bitch.
Fair enough.
So, because of me finding out about that and my growing agitation of having a 16 gigabyte iPhone, and liking music lossless as much as I do, I bought a $30 MP3 player and a $60 flash card to go in. Maybe it was
God,
$50.
I love the future.
It was, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it was $50. It was a $30 MP3 player that also plays FLAC. Yeah, so I'm just gonna shove all the music I own on it and have room left.
Mm-hmm.
Can the iPhone play FLAC?
No. See, there's FLAC and then there's ALAC. FLAC came from ALAC, where they
There's
were
an
just...
insurance joke in here somewhere.
No. There better not be. If I get to the end of this podcast and I start editing it and I somehow hear you make an insurance joke that I didn't hear here,
Right.
I'm going to kill you.
Okay.
Okay.
It might not be, but if it looks like a duck,
Someone out there
walks
is...
like a duck.
No. So getting back to it, yeah, Apple had the lossless format. It's amazing. They were just like, here's Apple lossless audio codec. You can rip your CDs in this. And then people are like, cool, you're going to start selling music in this? And they did this like over 10 years ago. They did this in iPod days, like really early on.
Uh-huh.
And they just sort of never... Like, there's always these weird rumblings of like, Apple's working on really high-end audio... like as a iTunes thing. Like, hey, before Jobs died, it leaked for a fact he was working with people on getting high quality masters, like higher than a CD, on iTunes.
Huh.
And just nothing's fucking come of it. And it's agitating because your selection out there is kind of shit. For higher resolution than CD stuff.
Right.
Now, for CD stuff, it's not as shit. Obviously, you can do CDs. And digitally, you can do a few places. But yeah, so that's always been disappointing. But what was even more disappointing than them not actually... Oh, right, I didn't explain FLAC. The community made it.
Okay.
They were just like, Apple, you can't not have this work on Windows and other things. Because this was early iPod Apple. They're fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to manage the music for that thing? Fuck you. You buy a Mac. Like, that doesn't make any fucking... Okay, you look mad. We took 3 lefts. No, I'm... And that's when the consumer went back to Tails Adventure on the Game Gear and just tried to ignore Papa Jobs driving the car around Key West.
This is like, in one more thing, you look up and the motherfucker's holding the chili dog.
Yeah. Just fucking
rolling up the windows.
Yeah. Locking the doors. Oh man, that's the only way that could have been worse. That was actually my stepfather and my mom. The only way that could have been worse if it was my dad. But in any case. Yeah, so that's always been disappointing. And nothing's ever gonna come of that. Do-do-do. Oh, but what was more disappointing is I do some research of like, okay, I just want to get FLAC music on a thing. and be able to shove an SD card in it. What can I do for that? Now, there's this amazing amount of effort I went through to get this thing I have called a Galaxy Nexus, or it's a Samsung Galaxy 4.0 player. It's that Android device that I have.
Right.
I went through a lot of effort to get good audio quality out of that because it was possible. Hours of work. And then buried in a line somewhere, something very obscure. The thing I was trying to do was only possible in the international version because Samsung, of course, makes all the US versions of their things bullshit. And it's consistent. Like, my coworker has the Samsung Galaxy 4. Sorry, Samsung Galaxy S4? Yeah, there's an S. In any case, it has a completely different CPU than the international version. Completely different. The international version is this octo-core motherfucker. And his is just a quad-core Snapdragon.
Why?
I guess the overseas markets may pay more for smartphones, but to be perfectly fucking honest, we pay $800 here, basically. Like, because of the ways the subsidizing works out and various other things. So, if... I find it hard to believe that isn't enough. Like, for that other product. I think they just wanted to protect their margins even more. Yeah.
So, yeah, back to my question. Do iPhones not play FLAC? Okay, they don't.
They play ALAC.
ALAC, okay, they only play that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I said no, but I
does the
moved
F
on very
stand for in
quickly to ALAC. Free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was community produced. I'm like, it's fucking lossless
Fucking
audio.
lossless audio codec. You fucking know it. But yeah, so I'm fucking doing this research to play some fucking lossless music on a fucking device that I can fucking shove a 64 gigabyte or larger. I'm not a picky man. I can go up. Card into it, and what I come to is the most ridiculous fucking thing. Everyone's just like, this $30 player is awesome. I'm like, this thing is smaller. This is the size of a PS2 memory card. You've got to be fucking shitting me. And they're like, no, it's great. Here, check out these charts.
Look at the sparkle.
Like it. I'm like, okay, sir. I'm looking. Oh, there it is. It's real.
I believe it.
It said, let me go.
It's a risky move.
It is, but I'm willing to go there because that's the only way out.
There's nowhere else to go. It's time. Sink or swim.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't want to punch the chart in half and run through it. He may already think it's sentient, and I may have killed it when I did that. So, if I confer
then he may worship
with
you as his new god.
I'm not gonna bet on that type of crazy. They're crazy. I'm gonna bet there are 9 different ways it could go where he's gonna kill me.
Yeah, we haven't really lucked out with that kind of crazy since the Spanish slaughtered all the Mesoamericans.
Yeah. Good times. But yeah, it charts evenly with the iPhone 4. Fun fact. Okay, 2 fun facts. Fun fact 1. I bought my iPhone not because it's an iPhone and it's just so much better than Android, which is, arguable in other things to some extent. Especially now that iOS 7's a thing. I bought it because the audio just sounds way better. Because that thing I was trying to do to my Android device was actually, like, Android OS just does something absolutely fucking retarded. Like, they have high-end audio player code DACs and pieces of hardware in this fucking Android player and all these Android phones. But Android OS just does horrible things to the audio. So that's actually how I made my decision. I brought in my headphones. I was like, I'm going to listen to you. And he was fucking apparent at this level. I'm like, I'm going to listen to Skrillex's Bangarang on YouTube. And he was like, night and day. So I'm like, well, fuck, I guess I'm getting an iPhone with its 16 whole gigs of fucking space. So yeah, this fun fact 2, audio quality has gotten worse over the last multiple phones from Apple because no one gives a shit. They can do it. No one will notice.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what's happening.
Sucks being a niche market.
Yeah, it does. It sucks. It sucks when the market cares a shitload about your thing, and then like oh, now it's a phone. No one cares anymore. They got their music from the internet. They got their music from the cloud, which is a thing, by the way. I'm like, oh, yes, the cloud. Can we just call that your servers?
Right.
No? Okay.
Like, I keep seeing, like, they're now, I'm seeing ads people are selling, like, oh, your own personal cloud. I'm like, it's a server.
Mm-hmm.
Store it in the cloud in your own home. What the fuck?
Yeah, see, the concept cloud used to mean homogeneous hardware that you could distribute computation to via net distribution. Mm-hmm. But since services-wise, that's not a consumer-facing thing, eventually fart-huffing investor types turn that term into meaning when we store your shit on a server and then spool it back to you and make backups.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's called a server.
Yeah.
You shitheads. I fucking hate that term.
Like, I've been kind of scared to go back to PhotoBucket. I haven't been there in a couple of years. I've got one. But I know I'm going to go back and there's going to be fucking, like, stylized cloud outlines everywhere. God damn it.
Welcome to Photo Cloud.
If I wanted to store a
Bucket.
photo in the cloud, I'd take a Polaroid and put it in a goddamn slingshot.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this $30 piece of shit that you would look at Walmart and be like, what am I, fucking retarded?
Yeah, you get that for Christmas and go, thanks, Grandma. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. In fact, one of our fans, Lil Dangerous, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that. He got it when he was 16. He was like, thanks, Grandma. And when I started doing these things, talking about this mysterious player on Facebook, he's like, so what's the player? I'm like, this. He's like, oh, God damn it. You fucking
Suck it, Little Dangerous. Fucking Antiques Roadshow. Like, I've got this piece of crap. That is a really awesome flag player.
No, that's
the
after he
Edwardian
hands
period.
the money for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, no. Now it's Pawn Stars.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Did you check out that ad? That smear campaign from Microsoft to smear Chromebooks and
No.
Scroogled?
No.
Don't get Scroogled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, this has been a long-running thing, but the most embarrassing part of it so far was when they hired the people from Pawn Stars to do a short that was supposedly a person bringing in a Chromebook that they kept calling a laptop and wanted to pawn it so they could get a ticket to some nearby Californian city.
Huh.
And the whole thing is so hard scripted, like the dude from
Right.
Pawn Stars, the guy who owns the place, not his dad, but
Right.
him, is just reading straight PR speak, and it's just tumbling unnaturally out of his mouth
Yeah,
at
they've
every step.
done a few ads, but shit.
Now, see, that's not an actual laptop. That's what they call a Chromebook. See, a laptop has Windows Office and Windows 7 in that.
Oh, my fucking God.
Yeah. You see, it disconnects from the internet. You can't do anything on your Chromebook. It's basically a paperweight at that point. Hackers.
Okay, you know...
Me describing it's bad enough. Would you like to see it?
Google has pulled some tremendous horseshit recently.
Yeah.
The whole YouTube fuckery. Google has become big enough to be evil. They're doing the same shit Microsoft does.
Yeah.
Where, like, oh, you don't like the Kinect? Well, now you have to buy it. You don't like Google Plus? Well, now you fucking have to use it. But now that it is this enormous evil monster, but it's still Mothra. It's still the pretty one, and it's still the one that's mostly on our side. So if Mothra and, like, King Ghidorah fight, I'm still rooting for Mothra,
Right.
but I'm still gonna run for the hills after he wins.
Right. Okay. The moral of the story is Godzilla. And, yup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, no, the ad is, like, I can't think of anything in... did you ever watch, the PSP ads, the viral PSP ads that Sony hired people to make on YouTube back in 2008?
No.
All I Want for Christmas is a PSP.
I remember that campaign.
Made a website. That was it's supposed to be a human being of their own free will that made a website called All I Want for Christmas is a PSP. This actually... I was trying to think of any marketing campaigns that were anywhere near as awkward as this individual Scroogled ad And that was the only thing I could think of, and even still, it wasn't as awkward as this.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was. They're both. They deserve a ring of hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that ring of hell is just those ads.
It might be.
So it's those ads playing at others of those ads. It's like a TV. It's like Circuit City when that was a thing around here. Is that?
No, that's
I
not a
think
thing.
they completely.
Yeah, I think
they're
they're
completely
gone.
good.
Well, maybe they still have a website. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm gonna check while Aggro recovers.
That's not a laptop. That's a Chromebook. Fuck you.
For some reason, Tiger Direct bought their website to redirect to theirs.
Why would they do that?
It's just
Nice.
fucking weird because, like, the link here says circuitcity.com-tigerdirect.com.
Click it. I need to know.
What? What?
What?
I'm just...
Circuit City is now TigerDirect.com. Okay.
Thanks!
Huh.
It had a page saying that they relaunched a website for circuitcity.com. You click the link and then it just brings you to tigerdirect.com.
Okay.
And then it has a tiny thing that says circuitcity.com is now tigerdirect.com.
Huh.
Yeah. Has anyone bought anything from Tiger Direct? I think you and me bought PS3 HDMI cables from them, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know your brother's mentioned buying from them.
Yeah, he
but
buys from them. He seems to do this thing, and this was pre-Amazon Prime. Before that was a thing, where he would just like go to 4 different websites, and order the parts for his PC, like from each of them. So he would be expecting multiple boxes from different places just so he could get the best price.
Right.
Now that Amazon Prime's a thing, that's not really as practical because you have free 2-day shipping. That's
Yeah.
I mean, conceivably,
Amazon,
you could get
and
free
then-
shipping at other places for things and stuff.
I know Newegg used to beat prices from Amazon. That doesn't seem to happen anymore.
Yeah, no, Amazon's too big now.
Yeah.
Remember when they sold books?
Right? What the shit?
That used to be what they did. That was it.
Now you're lying.
Okay.
You
know what? That's a better world. Let's live in that one.
Amazon's main page frustrates me because
yeah.
it's like
yeah.
it's like looking at Netflix, right? But except the first 4 rows are like, we think you'll like this. No, Amazon, that's just other things in a broad category of the thing I looked at one time. Stop it.
Man, that sounds nice. I envy that.
What is it for you?
Okay, so occasionally I do a large amount of research on thousands of dollars of high-end audiophile equipment.
Right.
And then Amazon pays Google to let me never, ever forget. So every website is plastered with, here's that high-end headphone amp you really want.
Oh, Jesus.
It's everywhere. Everywhere I go, I just see it. I'm like, guys, come on, that's my poison. Please stop. So this gets back to, I would love to pay YouTubers $1 a month to not run ads on things. Like to just have a website that has videos embedded in it that are Vimeo that don't have ads. Like I would do that in a heartbeat for the YouTubers that I care about. And I crunched some numbers. Like I got stuck in a conversation between one site that does retro videos that are PC based. Them and Lazy Game Reviews guy talk a lot, and then one of Lazy Game Reviews fans. And I sort of crunched some numbers and stuff, and I was like, if only 10% of his subscribers actually paid, then we would only need to pay like $12 a year, and he would be better off than he is now.
Right.
And could cover like the highest quality Vimeo things. So it's like, hey, we can even download it. Fuck. I was like, man, that's so enviable. I wish we had that. Because I want to stop going everywhere on the internet and seeing these headphone amps. That's worth $12 a year to me. Per website. Jesus. But yeah, so, hey, Aggro.
Yeah.
What have you been playing? Let me check how long that took to get to. That was great. 40 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can talk about video games.
Some of that was video game related.
Close enough for a Google ad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You like Sonic the Hedgehog, then you also like
Oh god,
porn?
no. Yeah, that's how that goes. Hey kid, you like Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah, you want to be a furry? What's a furry? Come with me.
Into the van.
So we're taking down your video.
Did you see the guy who made VVVVVVV?
Yes.
Yeah, he his own
Yeah, I
game.
saw that. That's
Oh my
genius.
god.
I am so frustrated by people on like message boards and Kotaku who are like, this is just them protecting the copyright owners. You don't need to get upset about this. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
No.
You
See,
are
Bob, when we
insane.
can't preview games at our scale, because we have to sit there and go, Nintendo's gonna claim all this shit. Square Enix is gonna claim all this shit. That's they don't even need that. They don't need people who aren't GameStop to go out and preview shit because they trust them. So, I mean, you're talking about commenters. They're on Kotaku. There's this guy named Greg the Mad. He's on every Kotaku article. He's like the top comment on every Kotaku article. He doesn't work there.
Right.
I know he doesn't. That man terrifies me. What is his life like?
What?
He's that quick to respond. He's that quick to comment. His name's Greg the Mad. He's on every fucking Kotaku article.
But I've gone to meme aggregator sites that update less frequently than Kotaku.
Right.
Shit.
His life must be scary and about as large as this shed. He doesn't go outside of it because if he does, they might put a news story up and he might not post
I was
first.
gonna say, yeah, they even post like what you might have missed while you were asleep, and it's only like there's a 2-hour gap
It's a
between
recap.
that. And,
Yeah.
the recap, and that happens like 2 hours before they start posting more stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
Kotaku,
fucking...
what you posted, like, you having posted it isn't the news story, Kotaku. I don't need a flash update.
Now, actually, here's the funny thing. It is for about 2 weeks. Like, one of them is that fresh. So, about that, I assume this was understood with the connotation of the phrase Kotaku commenter. And if not that, then the backstory about this man and what he does. But I figure I'll just be perfectly clear and like make it as vivid as possible. Greg the Mad has some opinions on things.
He feels ways about stuff.
And he is willing to let you know. Aggro, what you been playing? Get me out of here, Aggro! We're talking about
Oh, getting out? No, this isn't getting out. I went back to playing Final Fantasy XIV again.
Oh, cool. How's
I really love that game. I do.
Are they doing their holiday Christmas thing?
Yeah, that should be going on right now. I know there's like a huge patch coming out, and like this patch, other games have expansions this big. It's just patch.
Yeah.
Like we're
Nice.
finally getting a PvP arena. We're getting what they're calling extreme modes of some old fights, and they're pretty fucking extreme looking. Like in the old version, the boss had this move where he'd stomp and there'd be a line on the ground that if you were in that line, it'd knock you off. Now he stomps and the whole fucking thing turns into those lines. So there's new dungeons, new stories, story quests and shit. Yeah, a couple new dungeons, the extreme modes, some other shit.
Cool.
I saw pictures of chocobos with holiday gear. And
Even
Lalafell
better.
in reindeer costumes.
I am constantly pleased with how Final Fantasy 14 went.
Yeah.
Like a Realm Reborn actually worked, and
Yeah.
they have a strong community and shit like that. Where it's like, this is a content patch. Like, you guys are here, you're paying money. We're gonna make you happy. I like that.
Yeah.
So about how the Wii U's trying to do the same thing with what was it? Sonic Lost World is getting a free Yoshi's Island DLC.
Maybe nobody sent Nintendo the memo about how Sonic Lost World was awful.
or how it sold, or how the Wii U sold, and how these things are
I
multiplying
don't think anyone has
against
told
each
Nintendo
other.
how the Wii U sold.
I think Sony just might when they outsell them in the next 10 minutes.
I'm gonna tell him. No. I'm gonna tell him.
No, don't do that.
If it comes from you, you just look like a jerk.
You look like a dick.
Because I get
Let
the
some
impression-
commenter on Kotaku tell.
I'm not sure anyone told Nintendo how well the Wii sold. Like, I don't think they know. I think that's part of their business.
No, see, here's
plan.
the thing, and this opinion is mostly informed by this year's games from Nintendo and what happened. So, you know how the Wii was, like, total mainstream. Like, we're aiming for families. We're aiming for people who don't play games. Because
Right.
Wii bowling. Fuck yeah. We don't care because we make a profit on every hardware unit sold, which is why the price on the fucker didn't go down. Because they knew people were only buying Wii Sports. So in any case, it was totally that for, what was that, 3 years? And then Nintendo went, people are pretty fucking angry that we just sold them this bullshit and there are no
Right.
core games. So then that 1 year, they're like,
Oh god, that
here-
E3.
yeah, that E3 where it's
Oh.
just like, here's Metroid. It plays like Metroid. Here's Donkey Kong. It's just fucking Donkey Kong. Like, they did that for all their games and everyone went crazy. They've been doing that again on the 3DS and the Wii U and all that. Like, they're just like, we're going to do the same game and this'll keep working.
Yeah, it will.
Link Between Worlds is straight up Link to the Past. They have sold you Link to the Past on the 3DS, but they called it something else.
Yeah,
Like Tropical Freeze? The Legend of Zelda Tropical Freeze.
I'm down.
Yeah, no, I'd drink that. In a fucking heartbeat.
Like, oh, they just moved some stuff around. Holy shit, they moved some stuff around? Because I was going to go buy Ocarina.
Here's the thing, like, Bob lent me Ocarina on the 3DS.
You mean to Link Between Two Worlds?
No,
No,
you,
you
Oh,
mean Ocarina.
okay.
you forgot?
I forgot
Yeah,
about
no,
any
you
of that.
lent me that for like a year, and I just stared at it. Did I end up lending that to you, or
No.
how did that go? Okay, because I was like offering it, and you were like, no.
Yeah, because you offered to me before. And you're like, here, borrow this. I'm like, I don't want to buy a 3DS.
But then I offered after that, and it was because the PS4 and
Right.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
There's never a good time for
It's-
Ocarina. I have a family, Ocarina.
Right?
Me,
I'm
there's
already
always
pushing
a
it,
good time for
Ocarina. Ocarina, I
Wow,
have a
that's like
full-time
an
job.
alcohol commercial. That's like, it's always a good time for Miller. Fuck it. Traffic? That's boring.
Seriously, Ocarina of Time. We had some good times back in the day. We had a lot of days that are gone now, but I have a full-time job, and I'm playing 2 pen and paper RPGs and an MMORPG. I beg you, mercy.
So, like I never played it because I was like, why would I want to play? I mean, it's prettier. Mm-hmm. It's prettier. It actually controls a little bit better. Just like the animation and responsiveness is a little bit better. Grezzo did a great job doing that. But I was like, nah, this is the same game. I don't fucking want to. So everyone comes out and they're like, oh, Link Between Worlds. It's like the best Zelda. I actually heard someone say it was the best Zelda ever made. But most people have been saying, like, it's the best portable Zelda ever made. I was like, awesome. Well, it is sort of, kind of borrowing elements. But no, it's Link to the Past. That shit's straight up Link to the Past.
I'll fess up here. I don't remember most of Link to the Past.
That's great for
apparently.
you, but that shit came out on the Game Boy Advance. So, and I know you own it. You forgot. I don't know how. You forget the best Zelda ever made. But
Aren't they completely redesigned dungeons?
I would never use the egregious term completely, but a lot of them are different. It's just that all of the bosses, like there are something like 11 bosses in the game, right?
Okay. Yeah, something like that.
2 of them are new.
Is it that small?
Yeah. It's like the final boss, who I obviously should not name, and then the ice dude in the ice dungeon. The ice dungeon was excellent.
Yeah, that
That
thing
was
amazing.
fucking great. And it's like the last dungeon you're supposed to go to logically because of difficulty and other reasons.
Right.
Yeah, I went there first. It was.
So
like,
about this
what? It's
out
the
of
ice cavern. Let's do it.
about this out of order gameplay now.
Yeah,
Great.
so
that worked out.
Apparently, I had a wholly different experience. I considered it one of the hardest Zelda I've ever played, and you said I saw you on Twitter saying it was one of the easiest.
It was a fucking, and I wasn't even okay. Here's the thing, right? I'm playing it like a jackass because you said you got through without dying, right?
Yeah.
And I heard other people say that. I'm like, I'm gonna play this like a fucking bro asshole. I'm walking into, like, you know, that special area where it's like you have to make it through 50 floors of enemies.
Yeah.
I'm walking in there with a fairy. I'm like, whatever, I got this. And I did, and I was like, oh, come on, game. I didn't earn that. Like
Maybe it was your confidence.
No. It was my
Did you
overpowered
have the big
fire
fairy
rod.
sword?
Speaking
Oh.
of which, yeah, fire rod. Did you level it up?
I did. That thing is amazing.
That thing's so...
I
Like,
love
did you do the 50 floor thing with it?
Yeah.
Because that's basically a walk-in room. Shake stick.
There were a lot of moments where that didn't really work that well because everything just ran at you immediately.
No, see, that's what you think, right? You throw one out and then swipe with your sword, and you're good. I've run that thing on the 50 floor setting 3 times.
Weird.
I
always,
don't
whenever
even
the
bring...
knife, like, came at me, like, by the second time I managed to get through the entire thing, but yeah, usually I still used up, like, 2 fairies or something.
Really? Third time, I didn't use anything.
Maybe I haven't explained this to you. I'm really not good at old school Zelda.
Wow.
Like, Link to the Past beat me hard.
Maybe that's why you forgot it. It beat you, and you were like, no, must suppress the memories. But no, I mean, it'd be something different if it was like say like Zelda games have common bosses, like Link's Awakening, Link to the Past, and Ocarina of Time. Some bosses come over all of those, like the Rattler Snake thing from the beginning of Link Between Worlds is in Link to the Past. That boss that has the thing at the very end that is
okay.
glowing. I don't know how to describe
boss.
that. Hamburger boss. They, like, it may have been a hamburger before, now it is a hamburger. Like, it was vague and, like, maybe before. Now it is distinctly in hamburger territory.
Huh.
But in any case, yeah, that's in Link's Awakening. That's in Link to the Past. And, you know, I understand that. But when it's like, I don't know how many normal enemies in the game aren't in Link to the Past.
Yeah, I think the normal enemies were all
Like,
reused.
normal enemies are all reused. I think there are only like 2, maybe 3 bosses in that aren't straight
Wasn't the
from
Master
Link to the
Hand, Giant Master Hand, wasn't he? No?
Yeah, that was the 3rd.
Okay.
So, final boss, Ice Dude.
I don't
thing.
remember the eye thing either, but...
No, the eye thing is. That's the water dungeon. I think that's the first one you go to in the Dark World.
Dungeon, then.
Right, but see, when... Okay, so when we go from Link to the Past to Ocarina of Time, it's 3D, so it's very different
Right.
gameplay-wise. When we make Link to the Past again in 3D... Yeah, see, that's sort of where this came out. It boiled down to, I played this 20 years ago, and I remember it, and it was, like, the high point until Majora's Mask for me. Like, I understand no one else. But in any case... Yeah, I was planning on buying this after I finished your copy because everyone said it was so good. I was like, well, fuck. I'm just going to do this because I can't afford to spend $40 right now. I'll just buy it when I'm done. And, yeah, no, it's Link to the Past. And I understand most people don't remember it, I guess. I don't know, like, here's the thing. You saying you don't remember Link to the Past, okay. Sure, it was ported to the Game Boy Advance, and I'm pretty fucking positive you played that.
I didn't even beat that version.
Right. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
you got stuck in the Lost Woods.
Yeah, not the Lost Woods. Somewhere I need the hook shot, and I couldn't figure it out.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were stuck in the dungeon in the upper left, because I thought I picked up your copy.
I thought it was somewhere in the desert or something. I don't know. It was weird.
Huh.
I remember just getting completely stuck, and...
Weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, in any case, see, that I can understand. I'm cool with that. I'm not like, you're stupid for not remembering, and this game's shit because you don't remember, and obviously no one new should ever come to the series ever. It just gets into, like, a weird territory when I see retro reviewers being like, this is the best portable Zelda ever made, and I'm like, hey, asshole.
Well,
hey, happy video game nerd.
I remember when Awakening came out.
Yeah.
when I played it, I was like, man, this is really awesome.
What, Link's Awakening?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is.
I wish this were Link to the Past.
I didn't.
Oh.
It had a different tone to it. It's
It-
like
it
Majora's
does,
Mask and
but-
Ocarina of Time. Like, there are some common elements. And, it's a Game Boy, so gameplay-wise, it's limited. You do the quarter swipe. You swing from right to in front of you. You
Right.
don't do half. And that is a huge impediment, especially since one of the 4 corners isn't covered, no matter what. And I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, you're like facing up, you do like forward to left. You're facing left, you do like forward to left again. And you do that for every direction, but right does like down to right. So your upper right quadrant, you'll never be able to swipe at in Link's Awakening. Yeah.
Damn.
But in any case, because of the Ballad of the Windfish, because of the music, because of the style, because of the existentialism there of like, no, when you wake up, everyone on this island's dead. We don't exist anymore. Because of all that, it brings something novel to the table. And though I probably would have articulated as, I wish this was Linked to the Past, or at least you would have, right?
Right.
Like, I didn't have that feeling because the music was better. But in any case, the music was better in a different way. I don't want to even, like... Koji Kondo is... Actually, he may have done both. I don't know. But whatever.
Probably.
In any case, much like Majora's Mask, I thought it brought something interesting and unique and different to the series, and that's sort of what I look for every Zelda. Like Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, very different. Link to the Past, different from those two. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, very different gameplay. Wind Waker, very different. And then that's when I stopped. You might have noticed that. Because Twilight Princess was like, hey, what's up? I'm Ocarina of Time with wolves. Rawr. And I'm like, nope, bye, see ya. And then they're like, wait, come back. We're doing Wind Waker again on the DS with touch. And I'm like, dude, you could not have killed a boner faster.
There's a train.
What sound does it make? It goes choo-choo. But yeah, so that's why I dropped off the series. I really like them bringing something different in the tone to each of them, and I honestly believe, as sad as it is, I never played Minish Cap. I wanted to.
I think I borrowed it from somebody and I played it for a while.
I thought Trinity owned it.
Oh yeah, because he had that micro.
Yeah, he had that thing was convenient.
Yeah, the Game Boy Micro was awesome.
You could fit that behind your ear.
You know what he got Minish Cap, Fire Red, and fucking Tactics Advance 2.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah.
I have a moral problem with Tactics Advance.
Understandable from my perspective. Understandable.
Yeah.
Advance 2 was on the DS, I'm now remembering.
Yeah, some of
Advance 1 was on the Advance.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I just remembered
I
that.
thought
I
they
was
made
like,
a second one for the Advance.
I was like, yeah, I hate that. Wait. Because, in case you didn't know, Advance 2 was even more
Oh yeah.
advancey. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
And just walk away from it.
It is
far more
advanced
advanced.
advancement.
Yes.
It's not stupid. It's advanced.
Greg the Mad, is that you? In any case, yeah. So, like, I would say, as odd as it is, the Capcom produced, blatant Link's Awakening inspired Ocarina of Time borrowing, Oracle Seasons and Oracle of Ages brought up more to the table than Link Between Worlds,
Huh.
and that's disappointing.
I just remember not being able to get through whichever one I got because it became completely like...
Circus Nightmare.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Did you also own the red one?
No.
I owned the red one, had troubles with that. As an adult, I went back and played it, and I honestly didn't have that much issue. Yeah, I think just as a kid, the whole season thing just sort of like... I'm like, snow, not snow. Snow, not snow. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, this is 2 of the fucking seasons. This one doesn't work.
See, I remember some chick in town be like, oh, well, like in spring, my baby will be born. I'm like, wait, am I fucking with the weather or with time? It's not clear.
The amazing thing is, like, seasons is bad. Seasons is so much worse than the other one.
Damn
Ages
it.
is a fucking excellent game.
Because, like, I bought Seasons because I'd done the time travel thing.
Right? But no, like in Ages, you have people who unexist if things in the past happen to them. You have this.
Nice.
It chronicles and shows off the time you're in via this giant tower that this evil witch has enslaved humanity to make for her.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's got these interesting elements.
Like you go
Ages
back and-
has snow, not snow.
Snow.
Like, it's fucking stupid. And your wand doesn't fucking work at first. God. So let me explain that. You get each season one at a time.
Right.
So at the beginning, you're just like, fall, winter, fall, winter. And that's just like, I'm the Oracle of Seasons, plural. Like, I don't think that's a light switch. That's the light switch.
The Oracle of Snowfall, basically.
Right, Snowfall. I'm gonna roll it back a bit. Okay, there. I'm just not doing my ability.
Let's see, like fall, winter, and either like spring, summer. If you're gonna do a seasons thing, how do you differentiate those? Because it's basically one of them has more bees.
Well, it's easy to handle crossing then.
Spring has vines that just go fucking crazy and go straight up like a mountain. And then you can just walk up it.
And they're not there in summer?
They're gone.
That's bullshit.
Hi, I'm Dan from GigaBoots.com, and this is my partner, Aggro. Now, it's bullshit. I'm just saying. But yeah, I feel like that brought less to the table. But another element of this is I know a lot of people who never played Zelda before are playing this one first. Like, I've seen that, and they're loving it. And I
Right.
could see why.
Because it's linked to the past.
I like one thing that Link to the Past really didn't have a fetch quest. Is so much as it had the heart pieces to collect, but
Oh, yeah,
adding
no.
those little
It
those
doesn't.
little things
It doesn't.
to
No,
collect,
you're right.
Honestly, that added a lot for me.
Oh, the Maya Mice?
Yeah.
The Maya Mai
That
babies.
was really
There's
enjoyable.
a octopus in a fucking shell that lost its 100 babies
Okay,
in Link Between Worlds.
that's not an octopus. That's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare. I'm just trying to give you the
That's
math.
like the world's laziest mimic octopus. It just gutted a hermit crab.
It's fucking terrifying.
I've lost my 100 babies.
So-
You're trying to get me to stock your sweatshop, aren't you?
So, it fucking lost its 100 babies, and it's
a
like,
shitty mother.
okay, fine, sure.
While it was traveling through dimensions, no less.
I think you should go collect its
Apparently.
offspring and
Way to ruin my delivery.
give it to the state.
I was gonna say, I was like, and it lost its babies, and you're like, okay, I'll find those babies, and then you're like, well, I gotta go to this other dimension now, so maybe they're here too. Okay, lady.
Well, she mentioned that she was traveling through dimensions while she lost them.
Just something she does.
It happens.
Yeah.
I watched the Final Fantasy Unlimited anime. It happens.
Why would you do that?
Because it was like...
I know he
Wait,
looks
wait,
like
wait.
Vincent, but
Did
he's
you
not
s-
Vincent.
Did you see the box? It said Final Fantasy.
You're right. Okay.
It was
Yeah.
at the BX Bob. It was tax-free, and it was $15 a disc
God,
in
anime.
those days.
God, anime.
Yeah, in those days, that was.
I'm like, I don't care if it's shitty. This is 4 episodes for $15.
That shit was cash.
And I kept looking out on Base, man. I'm like, Blue Seed, I don't know what the fuck this is. That's pretty alright, Base. Thanks a lot. I'm like, BX, do you know that there's a sweet-ass box set of Escaflowne here for $35? Because I'm buying it and I'm taking it home.
I wouldn't classify that as a fetch quest. Not in the Zelda sense. Because in the Zelda sense, think about Link's Awakening. They're like,
Okay, well,
there's this fucking bear in the way.
Sounds like
I
it's
need to
a
get
collectible.
Yeah,
Right, it's a
Yeah, so
collectible,
I guess
yeah.
the same thing as the Golden Skullatulas,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which, yeah, that's.
No, he's saying it wrong.
Okay.
Don't worry.
whatever.
Because I said a lot of words in Ocarina wrong growing up.
That's the way I've already said it, so I can't
Shit,
even.
first playthrough, we called that horse Yapana. I have no idea why.
That's fucking
It's
right.
like playthrough 3, we get the horse. Like, yeah, we got... Dude, bro, read that word. What have we been doing? There's no explanation for it.
As I am learning Japanese through media and stuff, there are words I learned when I was 16, and they almost always will come out the first time wrong.
Uh-huh.
That sucks. Especially when they're respected individuals that are in the game development community.
I will never forget the time Virtua Fighter 4 came out. And I came over, I'm like, oh, I haven't played Virtua Fighter since, what, 2? All right, yeah, somebody pick Cage.
Yeah.
You're both just, like, all the air just stills in the room as Bob turns to look at me. I'm like, what? Dan just looks and goes, read that word again. What? Oh, shit.
10-year-old me, you crafty son of a bitch. You did it again. What did Virtua
Not
Fighter...
since Ryu Gate.
Right.
If we had our parody Fox News show, that would be the crisis. Yes, you are correct, sir. What did Virtua Fighter 3 even come out on? Anything? I don't...
It might have hit super early PS2.
Yeah, that may be a thing. I have no image. There's nothing in my databank.
Yeah, I know 1, 2, and 4. And
Yeah, 1 and 2, Genesis and Saturn
I just think arcade.
for PS2. Like, how about that?
Like every movie
that's
theater
cheating.
had Virtua Fighter 2.
It's like, hey, what Virtua Fighter 3 come out on? The arcade.
You're right, but by the time
What
three
it come
came
out on? The 90s?
we didn't have arcades
We
anymore.
didn't know.
Yeah,
but
around here.
yeah, Japan.
Well, obviously. God.
Fucking
Yeah.
Japan.
They still have arcades.
Motherfuckers.
And games hit
I hear
arcades
that-
first.
Yeah, right. Like Guilty Gear, it's gonna
Well,
hit
you know,
arcade.
honestly-
and they've already done those location tests.
I used to miss arcades a lot.
Yeah.
But then I started reading what gamers have to say on the internet, and I decided I don't want to be in a room with those people.
You know, that's the amazing thing. I never found any arcade anywhere, and I've gone to many in different states, quite as toxic as your average comment.
Well, yeah, you don't have the anonymity when you're at an arcade.
Right.
You're actually
Right.
a person.
See, like now being in a dark room is more of a liability when saying stupid shit. Because, like, if you get stuffed behind the DDR machine and they will not hear your weak pleas for help until closing time.
Yeah. Closing time, you don't have to go home, but you can't bleed out here. Crushed in rib cage. But in any case, what were we talking about? The collectible. Yeah. The game was such a fucking joke. I died 4 times total, right?
Okay.
Throughout the whole run. I was being a fucking jackass. Like, I've never played a Zelda like this. I was just so bored. I was like, kill me! You fucker! Like, the whole time.
Moblin's like, nope.
One of those 4 times I died, I wasn't looking. I hadn't been looking for minutes. I was at your house. Like, that was one of the 4 times I died. I looked down and I'm like, I just died. I forgot I was playing the game. But no, really, I was just going from temple to temple, no refilling anything. I got 5 bottles, and they're all empty. I'm just doing this the whole way, because I'm like, I want you to kill me, game. This isn't a fucking joke anymore. I need you to show that there is a difficulty curve here. I don't know how you thought, Ice Temple on the top of Death Mountain. First on my list.
Whoa. The Ice Temple's on top of Death Mountain.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking weird.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, the Ice Temple's amazing. If it was 8 of that, I wouldn't be saying shit right here. I would not.
Like, meanwhile, at Alta Universe, 8 fucking Ice Temples? Are you guys asleep?
I would play that Zelda game. You know,
The Legend of Zelda Tropical Freeze is the best Zelda game ever made.
I thought, like, after 4 Ice Temples, I'd get tired of that sliding puzzle.
But you didn't!
Then they bring in that giant blade from Ocarina, and shit.
Come to think of it, Twilight Princess had a really interesting ice temple too.
Yeah.
Maybe ice just works for temple design.
Because they didn't make it a temple, they made it like this mansion, and it was crazy.
Yeah, Ice is always...
Oh,
yeah,
I
that
saw
was
that.
awesome.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, Ice is always the smaller thing in my experience with Zelda.
So here's the interesting thing. I think there are a lot of elements that just are straight lifted from Link to the Past that don't make any fucking sense here.
Like what?
So you know the tile thing, right? In Link to the Past, when you would go into a room, sometimes the room's locked off. Like, you stepped out of the door, boom, like, it's shut behind you, and tiles are flying off the ground, and you need to time your swipes with them flying at you.
Yeah.
There's a shield button.
Yeah, that does.
The hardest one in the game is still solved, because they try. They try so hard in that final castle to make it work. What they have is if you're this close to this wall, right? Imagine the room is divided into fourths, right? Vertically. Now the middle 2/4, that middle, like if you were to cut the left fourth and right fourth off, that's all one contiguous area. That's the only area you can walk. Now the left wall, if you get close enough to it, that last fourth will be cut off by I don't know what the Zelda term for that would be. It's basically shit that rises up. You know how Zeldas have that. Like, you hit this blue orb and it changes color and then boom, this thing's in your way.
Yeah.
Right, so I don't even know what you call that sort of thing. Fucking columns appear, right? And then same for the right. You get to that right fourth and it'll block you off with that. In those fourths on the left and right are tiles that are picking up into the air. So I suppose if you were a jackass and you stood in the dead center, this is really hard because you're swiping at both sides alternatingly. But if you just move to the right, that wall of pillars will just fucking block all the right ones. And then you use your shield. And that was the hardest one in the game. You could see they were just fucking trying to make it work. They're like, God, if we get him from both ways, but how do we keep him from running all the way to the right and using his shield? We'll block him off with a wall of pillars right here.
Maybe the whole room was just, those rooms were used to remind you, hey, you have a shield, you should be blocking stuff.
Didn't Ocarina do that throw shit at you thing with pots?
But see, that's the thing. That's not how you do it distendedly over like a whole minute of tiles flying into you, I don't think. Because in Link to the Past, it really was like a skill timing thing. In this, it was like, I'm still holding R, game. Can we make this a quick time event?
Zelda that did that, so I'm like, I don't know.
Either way, that's the same element of, like, they took something from Link to the Past, and then they didn't do anything to drastically improve that, because you now have a shield, and that makes that not work. Yeah, I'm criticizing this as it's borrowing ideas from Link to the Past. If Ocarina of Time did something fucking stupid, I don't give a shit, because I don't defend that game. That's your jobs. And Joseph Nealon's job. That was the best game ever. Sure, Joe, Final Fantasy VII is also a great story.
It has been compared to the world's greatest novels.
I love that. That's my favorite one. If this were a movie, it'd be fucking stupid.
It really would.
Is that the rest of your sentence? I bet it is. Final Fantasy VII's great, by the way. I'm not dissing that. Like, that's some good shit. But the huge amount of fan praise around that was really just like the mainstream coming in and being like, wow, this is pretty.
Yeah, it's like,
because way more people gave a shit about 7 than 6.
Right, it's one of the best games ever. Like, no, it was your first Final Fantasy. Yeah. I had to explain this to kids in the Anime Club all the time. It's like, I know, it's like your first anime. When you're a kid, it's the first show that treats you like you're not a complete idiot and gives you a lot of complex ideas and a lot of things to remember. And you it was a great emotional feeling, but you need to unpack that. You need to let that go, because this shit is getting really goddamn annoying.
The retro review / gaming community is a lot like that.
Yeah.
It is a lot like that, which is why when I hear the Happy Video Game Nerd... By the way, I'm a fan of his, I guess you could say. As much as I'm a fan of anyone I follow on YouTube. Like, I watch their videos, I enjoy them, and simultaneously be like, you fucked up here and here! Your editing is bullshit! But see, that's amazing. That's amazing. You have the internet between us. Bob doesn't. You fucked up here. Your spatial reasoning is bullshit.
This is seriously how he acts while Bob's editing. It is amazing.
I'm dressed as a wizard, if that helps. I'm the wizard of space and time and aesthetic reasoning. Bump map! Use a lens flare! You are not that last thing, good sir. Unless you're a demon. But, yeah, so hearing HVGN be like, this is the best portable Zelda ever, I'm like, don't tell your fans that.
They'll believe it.
They'll believe it, and you believe it, and you believe it because, well, Giant Bomb said it, and you're a Giant Bomb, giant fanboy.
Yeah, like, I know I believe Ocarina is one of the best games ever because I love the shit out of it as a kid. I just got lucky because a lot of other people seem to think it's the best game ever. Now, I believe Final Fantasy IX is the best game, like Final Fantasy ever, because it is, because I didn't play 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's both true and a thing I say to not get stabbed. Because I'm like, Kefka, you mean Kafka? Oh shit, no, I didn't play 6, sorry.
Sorry, I'll be... Yeah, oh, okay. Oh, I'm going back to Tails Adventure. That game's really good. I found out there's a Sonic game on the Game Gear that I never knew about.
Oh yeah?
It's called Tails Sky Patrol. After Tails Adventure, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's bad.
Tails Pilot Wings?
Imagine.
The game made by Sega.
Man, I wish
Oh,
it was
no.
Tails Pilot Wings. Because I love
I know
Tails.
you do.
And I love Pilot
I
Wings.
know.
No, this is a fucking circus nightmare of a game. Imagine... Have you ever seen Knuckles Chaotix? Sonic Crackers?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
That's a long story.
Okay.
But in any case...
Everything in the Sonic fan base is.
You know that mechanic where the rings are attracted to each other.
Right.
I think somebody looked at that and was like, what if we just made a Tails game because we have all these assets? And we tried to do something like that, but there's no second player, so he's just holding a ring and it snags on things as he flies through levels.
Ristar?
No. I never got Ristar.
Neither did I.
I don't understand people who love that game. I'm like, I can see that you probably enjoyed this as a kid. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of weird gameplay interfaces, a lot of weird modalities for interfacing with the world, like Mischief Makers. Castlevania, let's be honest here. Castlevania's fucking
Yeah.
brutal.
That game's weird as shit.
You jumped! No, you did that!
Watch out.
Fuck you! Stairs! Ah! You're going through them. You're going right to the bottom. That bat fucked you.
I still
that
I don't
game.
understand. I have seen the breadth and scope of the modding community. Why is there no Castlevania 1 with elevators?
I don't know. I really don't.
Like elevators and a shotgun.
we put
We're going to the clock tower.
we put online two player in Super Mario 64, but elevators in Castlevania. How? How have they
The
not?
fan base has always just been too small.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it has.
Yeah,
Which I didn't know about that. Because, you know, like,
Because
of
we
you
were
guys.
so concentrated.
it's all
Like
Castlevania.
me and Bob are like, no, man, like, we got all this shit. Like, we're holding them in our hands. Like, it's fucking bills.
Like, I'll never forget. Because, you know, I'd hear disparate snatches of Castlevania before I started playing them. And I just, one night, I'm like, Dan, explain to me the Castlevania timeline. And to everyone's regret, he kind of does.
Yeah.
And that's sort of also the basis of our fucked up Castlevania timeline.
Half paying attention, half thinking of better stuff. We slowly crafted something better.
Where's Iga? He's working on cell phone shit, right?
Yeah.
Can we hire him? Iga, you can sleep in the Giga Shed. We're gonna make a Castlevania game.
Come on.
You get to use our timeline, but I like mine. No one cares.
No, he regrets that so much.
Oh yeah?
It was
All the
like
retconning?
within 3 months. They put out the timeline for Portrait of Ruin, and he regretted it within like 3 months.
wow.
He was like, that was the worst thing I've ever done with this franchise. I was like, damn, that's a tall order. Do you remember Castlevania Chronicles? Because
You did that.
I didn't pay money for the timeline. So yeah, that's sort of like, I mean, we're doing a review, and what you would get out of a normal edited review from us is obviously very different from what you just got out of this discussion with Bob and myself. But yeah, there's no like long rewarding fetch quest. There's no, I don't know, like Majora's Mask gives you, what is it called? The angry god?
Fierce Deities Mask?
Fierce deity. Why do I do that?
I don't
Those
know.
are fucking synonyms. All of them.
See, everybody does that a little. I know someone whose entire, like, hashing retrieval process in their brain is that.
Like for people talking?
For all concepts.
Okay.
She'll remember vague concepts, and then when she goes to find them, it's not the words. She goes up to the basic concept and pulls a synonym at random.
Yeah, actually, this sounds weird. When I'm talking to people, if I'm not careful, that is exactly the mode my brain is in, and I mean that's where misinterpretations come from. You know, when people talk, you take this version of, but no, seriously, like word for word, I'll be a synonym of what they said the whole way, and it's just fucking weird. He's like, no, I said blah, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's, yeah, I did that. Okay, yep, no, I'll be over here. Tails Adventure.
Where do you keep hiding that Game Gear?
In my heart.
Aww.
But yeah,
I don't know. It sounded really rewarding to collect those little guys and upgrade every item.
did you get every item?
Yeah.
You're okay with the hole?
I don't know why there are 4 holes. But I think
4? You didn't get every item.
What?
There's only one.
There's only 1 hole.
There's only one hole. You should have 19 items, which on a 5x4 grid means 1 hole!
What the heck are these
Okay,
other
good.
items you found?
I was furious. I was
And you're
searching
sure
for
that's
so-
everything?
Okay, so you're missing 4 things.
I mean, I figured that whole row was there so you could easily move your items around and...
No, you're 1
That's
hole.
weird.
Fuck.
So...
DLC?
Lol. No, they give you an item in the final fight, and they don't make... It's a bow. Like, it's the light arrow shtick again, but they
Right.
don't stick it in the place of your bow and arrow for some reason. They stick it in a whole new slot.
Okay.
Can you do the bottle duping trick from Ocarina and then re-get
Nope.
another item?
Nope.
Shit.
That was a great trick.
That really was.
That was
Like, I
amazing.
got this letter from Zelda. I'll treasure it for...
Okay, so did you get the 2 fruits?
Fruits.
Yeah, there's a foul fruit and a something else fruit.
I think it's
forget.
musical.
No, I didn't get those.
Okay, so that's 2 of your items. Now you're just missing 1. Do you have 5 bottles?
I thought I had 4.
Probably. Okay, then you're missing the 5th bottle. I noticed, if I remember correctly, you still have the level 2 tunic. Is that right?
There's a level 3 tunic?
It's really stupid
You're
how
leveling
you get
up
it.
your tunics?
Well, you got
Well-
in Link to the Past, you got new tunics.
Not like, yeah, new ones. Or,
And
or
Ocarina,
seriously just called
Ocarina
like
of
the
Time,
level
you
2.
got-
Yeah, you got different tunics for different things.
Well, that's sort of how this... It's not different things, but that same color scheme. Like, Link to the Past originally brought that to the table, and man, did it have some poor color choices. Like,
Yeah.
the large
It-
shield that's
Okay,
yellow...
is the third tunic pink again? 'Cause that
No,
was
it's
dumb.
red. It's red. Here's the thing. Here's the amazing thing. You know what? No, this is a little bit of a tangent. We'll get right back to that in a second because this is important, and this is something you'll probably only hear here at GigaBoots.com. This was a fucking technological breakthrough in a conversation between me and another guy who mods retro consoles. Like, him and I talking. The guy who lent us that Dreamcast.
Okay.
What if we make
In
it
those
red?
games.
Oh my god!
What if we make a red?
What if we make it red?
Yeah, that's what we did. We made the new Link Between Worlds, and we were like, no fag colors.
Now pass me that chili dog.
Grab some more rings. That sounds great.
God, I guess Sega does what Nintendo don't. Ask, don't tell.
What the fuck were we 5th bottle? Oh, tunic. It's really fucking... Okay, so right before the final battle, there are some torches. Turn them off with your sword, and there's a tiny invisible light bridge, just like the Dark Dungeon. And you can just walk, and it's because... Like, here's the thing, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm okay with things being obscure bullshit as long as it's a rewarding tangent, right? Like, if that led to a thing I had to solve to get it, I would feel special. But no, it literally takes you just barely over a whole screen space down in this room. Just barely over a full screen space down in this room. And it's just a chest and you open it. So it looks so dumb when you do it. It's so unrewarding. It's so unfulfilling. You just turn off the torches and then you walk and then you do. And I beat the final boss the first time without it. And then I decided I wanted to have everything except for the Mayamais. Like I had 60 and I'm like, I'm good. I already got the fire rod. I'm fucking done, basically. But
We got to find all of them. Do you know what you get when you get all of them?
what do you get when you get home?
It's awesome.
What do you get?
You get a supercharged spin.
The hurricane wind attack from the Link to the Passport to the GBA.
It's not.
Do
I don't
you
think
keep
it's the same.
charging?
You charge the same amount of time pretty much, but then the ring is just huge.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I beat the that 50 enemy thing, because I could just walk in with the level 3 sword and be like, boom.
Oh, I used the fire rod. Yeah, I shook the stick.
It's
at
a lot.
them
It's a
and-
lot more powerful than the fire rod.
I don't
It's
know.
stupidly
man.
more powerful
I don't-
than the fire rod.
Man, let me tell you, Fire Rod was not impressive until you powered it up.
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
you powered
no,
it up, it was like fucking, I don't know, like Naruto coked up. It was just like, this is stupid. God, you're gonna let me do this? Especially once you get like the...
It's just Den up there. Burn shit!
Burn it to the ground!
Fiori's like, what are you doing?
Because it's like I'm sitting here and that is made in the image. It is an impersonator of the one true God Link to the Past. It must be raised to the ground. You were
Did you level up your ice rod?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
that-
also
that
pretty
was-
cheap.
That was pretty cheap. Yeah, I ran in with both of those in my sword, and that worked out great for the 50 floor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a mirror shield in this game?
No.
Damn,
No, you
because I'm
don't.
like, I've got a great idea if they
It's-
give you an ice and a fire rod.
Which was a really weird thing. I expected that. I expected any amount of mirror shielding. Like I expected, since he has 360-degree movement, that it could have been really clever, and then I just had the Hylian shield for the rest of the. And I was like, okay, huh.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just thought they burnt out the concept of mirror shielding. I don't know.
But how many games did it in 2D?
Yeah,
That
I
would
guess
have been
it's
something.
maybe just 2D makes it really annoying. I
You
don't know.
saw the Dark Dungeon. You know they didn't have that thought with Light. They were like, hey, how about we do everything fucking weird possible with Light? And I'm like, I'm glad you guys did this, like, as a creative thing, but this isn't fun.
I don't know. I thought
Did
that was
you-
kind of cool.
The
only-
dark one?
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about that dungeon was the way you get the item in there, the special item.
What was it? The Master Ore?
Yeah, I think
which
it
is
was the
also
Master
a
Ore.
weird part of this.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so check this out. To you get the Master Sword. It's the fucking Master Sword, right? It's just fucking weird. So, right after you get that, you're able to do things, and you get to, we haven't said the name of the Dark World in this yet. It's not called the Dark World.
Right.
Because I fully believe this game was a Link to the Past in 3D until somebody's like, no, we can retrofit a plot into this and make it a different game.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark World looks exactly like the Dark World from Link to the Past. It has the same color palette, trees look the same, and it's the same, like, oh, this is Hyrule, but corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Which was explained in Link to the Past as, like, this was the land of light, but then Ganon took the Triforce of Power, or he took the Triforce and wished for, like, this thing, and his wish corrupted the land, and it was, yeah, so this is Low Rule. See, before this podcast started recording, I turned towards Bob and I started talking about how this game does outrageous things with the plot, and I didn't know I could be upset about Zelda. I'm not a huge, like, but the lore says, but this game found, like, it's just sitting there. It's sitting there like the people who, like Grand Central Station, where they're connecting your phone call, but they're just shoving it in every hole, and one of them's gonna piss me off. They found it, like, a couple times. It was just so amazingly, like, Low Rule. You know what? It's very shortly into the game. Princess Hilda. She's Zelda with brown hair. This game just, like, goes for the stupidest thing. It's like, I'm gonna do this. And I thought, once I got to Low Rule, I'm like, it's over. That's as stupid as this will get, and it's okay, because Ravio's cool. And I'll leave it at that, because I can't say much more than that without fucking spoiling.
Right.
Yeah, so... Aggro, what you been playing?
Hang on. Hang on.
But about... Okay, go
Red
ahead.
tunics?
Huh?
Something about red.
Yeah, it's a red... Oh, you were
Yeah,
gonna...
that
I
thing.
was headed back towards that,
Okay.
actually, after I said the, what you playing thing. Because I realized, oh, wait, I didn't bring it... So one of the interesting things about the NES, if you retrofit it to have an RGB output, is that it's outputting the exact color they programmed into it. But the problem is that they knew what cable you were using to output an NES. It's composite or coaxial. NTSC, and really PAL to some extent, changes the color when it outputs it. And the processor in the NES changes it. So it corrupts it in a way. But that was a measurable corrupt. So everyone who made games on the NES, they knew. They knew it would fucking do this bizarre-ass thing, but it would do it. So they could plan for it. SNES, the same way. Super NES, you stick an RGB in that, you'll get some weird colors out. Like, for some reason, Link's hair will be pink.
Huh.
Where otherwise, it would be a dirty blonde. And that's what composite does to colors.
I seem to remember seeing that.
Yeah, because
I was like, did the Game Boy Advance have that emulate the...
No.
Okay.
That's why he's pink in that. And I was like, when I got there, I was like, that's fucking weird. But then I had played it on emulators since the SNES, so I was like...
So it did have that problem where it was pink on the Game Boy Advance version.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
yeah,
didn't,
it's like,
you said emulating, so I was presuming you're saying, are they emulating the composite filtering?
Right. Okay.
See, that's the thing. They programmed in pink because it would change it to dirty blonde. So every emulation, he has pink hair. And that's why that's the only Zelda where he's just straight up pink-haired.
I always wondered about that.
Yeah, I guess when I played it on Super Nintendo, I had pink hair.
It's not like bubblegum. It is more mistakable for a dirty blonde. Because this is them trying to fight the corruption that is composite.
Right.
And as we try to think of something where we try to fight the corruption that just doesn't end horribly.
Right. You guys are fucking idiots. Link's hair is pink at this. Like, did you not check which color you clicked and dragged? Idiots. So yeah, there's that.
Okay.
Isn't that fun? That's just weird.
Yeah.
Fucking technology. So, other than Final Fantasy, anything? Low Rule's really dumb. I gotta say that. Like, that's... Goku is my dad, dumb.
What?
Just imagine his Twitter handle. It says, Goku is my dad. There's a person out there.
Now, is he in fact pretending to be Gohan or Goten?
No!
Oh.
He's him.
Because that
Goku
would
is his
totally
dad.
be Gohan's Twitter handle.
Yeah, that screams don't beat me up, so... Please like me. But yeah, that's that level of writing where it burns. It's like a bit harsh on the face. Like somebody who freshly bleached a bathroom and you walk in and you're just like, ooh, that burns my nostrils.
I did... okay, so now that I have a DualShock 4, I'm like, I'm going to go back and play Super Meat Boy. Because I was stuck before, but I've got a controller now.
Yeah.
And we're going to rock this shit. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Because I played a couple levels. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm back in the groove here. And I booted up the level I was stuck on, and I just went, nope, I remember. No.
I did that for a game recently. What was it? Kind of did that for high scores on Resogun on Veteran, but I guess... Like, here's the thing. I was like, oh, that was a bad run. And then I checked the scoreboards, and I'm like, oh, I'm 68th in the world.
Did that on Final Fantasy IX for months. There was this one boss in the last section that I couldn't fucking beat her.
What's the attack pattern?
Mustard gas, basically, is the attack pattern. I didn't have the right items or some shit. And I'm like, I'm not restarting this game again. Because I restarted it before because I was stuck in the fucking Burmesian caverns and I didn't have enough potions and it was bullshit. But so every 3 weeks I just turn it back on, try the boss fight again, lose, turn it back off. And I did this for months. And one time I just turns it on and I'm like, okay, time to lose to this bitch again. And I just like crit 8 times in a row and she dies. And I'm like, I don't know what to do now. I'm like, I wasn't emotionally prepared for it.
I've had that happen multiple times with Elite Four members. I head in with the full intention of losing to grind levels. And then I just win. And I'm like, it's okay though, because they'll be higher level. but then it's Pokemon X and Y, and they aren't. And it's like, oh no.
See, like, when you come back and the Elite Four is higher level, I always imagine, like, yeah, you're the Pokemon champion, woo, and you have the parade and you leave, and they're like, fucking kid. He doesn't know about the S-Class Pokemon League.
See,
Are you an S-Class?
I thought it was like some sort of like Planet of the Apes 2 ending thing of like, we now reveal our true selves and they take off their faces. And their Pokemon do too. It's fucking weird.
Like, I gotta wonder, like, if they have the after party and it's the Elite Four and all the gym leaders, like, do you see the fucking 10-year-old that thinks he's better at this than we are today? Jesus Christ, these kids are dumb. Like, these are the ones, that's why they don't have to go to school. Pokemon trainers are special ed children.
Yeah, okay.
This is like their Make-A-Wish Foundation shit. They're being humored.
Huh.
Which is why it's even worse that you beat Gary at the end, because now it's just retard on retard cruelty.
Yeah, that is even worse. Thank you for that. See,
Like,
here's
everybody
the thing,
else
like,
got off the St. Anne just fine. What happened to his Rattata? Gary's a retard. That's what happened. He gave it a little, like, sea funeral. The ship didn't fucking go anywhere. You can't look. That's why you can't look out the windows. The ship's still at the dock. He's like, Rattata's dead. Like, no, Gary. It's just we didn't take the Pokemon. Like, no, Rattata's dead. He like throws it overboard. Holy shit, Gary! That thing was unconscious.
So in Pokemon X and Y, they actually moving quickly away from that. They confirmed that only one night has passed since the parade and all the celebrations from you winning. It was like one night? Damn! Like, you think you could spread out the celebration a bit? Be like, I beat the Elite Four. Hey, next week we should have a fucking parade. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna relax a bit. Apparently not. Your coked up ass can't sit in bed for more than fucking 10 hours. You're like, I slept! I masturbated, I tried to sleep again, masturbated again. I'm bored, I gotta go fight the Elite Four again. They're like, kid, you were just here. You know what I have. What is your problem?
Have you seen Victory Road? We can't get back down it. None of my shit flies.
So about this special position I take in retro gaming where I don't have the super nostalgia thing overriding like actual gameplay quality and how I'll be the first to tell you no, Symphony of the Night has fucking huge problems.
Oh yeah, no, that game is broken as shit.
Yeah,
You didn't know?
awesome,
Didn't you play it?
I kind of like that it's broken as shit. Like, you go to the Magical Castle and you have this even difficulty curve and you unlock items. Like, no, you go to the Magical Castle and there's a 10-story tall Anubis demon that you cannot defeat.
Without the armor that eats lightning.
Where is it? I don't
Or the
fucking
shield
know.
rod.
Is
Or
there
the
a
shield
map?
rod.
No. Why is there a map lying around? It's an evil magical castle ruled by a vampire lord. You're not supposed to be able to beat it.
Yeah, I wish more a larger percentage of the retro gaming community was more like that. Yeah, I don't know.
No, they only need to tell you to go play it because it's still amazing.
Yeah, I know. I've been to that thread on NeoGAF.
Why can't we make games like we used to? You mean broken with little supervision on production? Because it made games that were unbeatable and kind of terrible with huge sections that were awful?
Ignoring the NES, I would say for the large part that is an untrue statement. For the large part.
I'm mostly thinking about the NES.
Yeah, there was enough of it to spread out over 5 generations. They didn't know what games were. Mm-hmm. Patently. Like, Atari, games were, for the most part, a single screen. We get to the NES, Nintendo's like, look at this Zelda shit. Other people were like, we can't do that. We can do something in between. What is that? And then they did something that was not a game. That was probably punishable by law that they made that, but yeah, I don't know. Like there is a certain nicety to the fact that video games back then were more stripped down, more basic, and they could spend more time polishing them and stuff like that. That is weirdly absent in even indie games nowadays. Like, we are starting to see budgets move up a bit, and, you know, they spend more time polishing the animations and things like that. but even still, it's not the same as it was back then in the extremely high-level development studio sort of thing of like, these people have been here for a decade so far, and this is going to be their magnum opus RPG. It's two giants coming together to make the Wonder Team to make Chrono Trigger. Like,
we don't have most
like
people
that sort of
stay in
thing.
the video game industry that long.
Yeah, nowadays we don't even have people stay in the video game industry for even 5 fucking years because they're
Choose them up.
Yeah, there are only so many positions at the top of the ladder, especially when you're closing all these studios. So, I mean, there's nowhere for them to fucking go. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
That's why we have so many indies. Did you know the guy who was the creative director on the original Army of Two made Papo and Yo?
Wow.
That is the
That's
level
hilarious.
this industry has been this gen.
Shit.
You know,
He was like, I think I'm done with AAA. I'm just gonna do the indie thing and hope that works out monetarily.
after playing through that game, I can kind of see that. There's
Yeah.
like all the cursing's implied.
Yes,
bump.
all the cursing and overt beatings are implied, but it's pretty heavy-handed though.
There's a lot of bromancy too. So
Yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah, definitely.
definitely.
But being super serial for a moment, yeah, no. If you look at the level design, you can be like, yeah, the asshole who designed fucking Army of Two. Oh look, a wall that is 2 times my height that I need somebody else to come over and move it. Fuck.
I watched 5 minutes of Army of Two, and like you had a choice: shoot him in the head or don't shoot him in the head. Bob shot him in the head, and then he got up, pissed. And the game acted like that was okay.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like he took a shot at him. He put his gun against his head, and he shot him in the fucking head.
Yes, that happened. That's true. What you're saying is correct. What's the problem?
Like, I can never remember the name of that guy who had a dynamite-propelled piece of rebar go through his skull and live. But he's, like, the only guy that happened to.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's historically accurate, yeah.
You shot him in the head.
I honestly don't even remember this part.
I can't forget it. I'll take a lot
Like-
of stupid shit from action movies, but shot him in the head is the line.
Like that's the thing. There are a lot of people who didn't notice at the end of Fight Club when he puts the gun in his mouth and pulls the trigger, it goes out like the back left part of his cheek.
Right.
Like a lot of people think he pulled the trigger, pulled it, it's like it was aimed at his skull and fucking somehow whatever. Okay, he's just bleeding. Like, I'm like, no, like, when I hit that moment and I owned it on DVD, I kept playing it over and over. I'm like, but he's, okay, but, oh, okay, I could see if, and then, you know, later you can see in a little bit, because, you know, TVs were shit back then, but you're just staring at, like, fuzzy-ass pixels.
You know, it's not like the end of Sword Art Online. He doesn't just decide that this isn't going to kill him, and then it works.
But that's the best level of writing. I Virgil loves his Dante. You should play DMC, that's all I'm saying.
I tried. The Magma Spider doesn't want me to.
No. DMC. Not Devil May Cry. DMC Devil May Cry. You put
It's
both-
lowercase d, uppercase m, lowercase c.
How did you already forget this game? Okay, there, okay. The one made by Heavenly Sword people?
Yeah,
That's just some dude screaming at a script? And
I'm trying to
he
remember
thinks it's
why
really-
I was eventually disappointed by this game.
That thing you called the succubus.
Oh, yeah. I remember
You were
now.
pretty fucking livid.
The dialogue was great, but I was pissed about
and then,
that.
and then Bob was like, the dialogue, fuck you.
Fuck you!
Fuck
Like,
you!
Yeah, that's how that would go down. I don't...
This checks out. I love Bob's reasoning of maybe Tamim and Toniata sees that as a beautiful thing that would sex him in the middle of the night.
Shit, that's brilliant. Like, I've seen that guy's haircut. He's pretty heroined out.
Yeah, he's getting an Oculus Rift for a very special kind of porn, if you know what I'm saying.
The kind only he can make.
Uh-huh.
Like the kind you, like, load onto a chip and then burn the hard drive it was on.
You know what comes out tonight?
Huh.
Republic. The iOS game made by Ryan.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's actually real. Okay.
Yeah,
That
it's
happened.
coming out tonight. It was supposed to. That was originally scheduled to be released in June, and then it just. So here's.
Is it still setting women back by 30 years?
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, it's totally doing that.
I really enjoy that when a game on a phone just
Can do
racks
that.
30 years of progress.
And that doesn't say anything about the defense on that football team. That says everything about the maniacal blimp that the offense had to fly overhead. Yep. But it's totally doing that. I'm already disappointed that I haven't even bought it.
Yeah.
Because it's not pre-rendered backgrounds.
Huh.
It's all live action. It's all, well, not live action.
Okay, whoa.
Sorry, it's rendered in-engine constantly on
It's
the fly.
Hysteria Project 3. We didn't want to tell you.
Oh, please. Like, that would disappoint me. Did you know there was a console they were working on back in 89 that was just straight up going to be that shit?
Really?
Uh-huh. It was called Project Nemo.
Huh.
Yeah.
Where'd you find that?
There's a thing on the internet. Yeah. You can Google Project Nemo.
So Republic, huh?
No, now we're talking about the console with the video games.
Are we?
Because that's amazing.
Video games?
Did you guys see that they're making a new Chibi Robo?
I did.
Thanks, Bob.
Bob Kuhn. Daisuke Des.
But they had, the reason I remembered this was when they showed it off, they showed you collecting like meat and stuff, and it looked like they just took pictures of the meat.
Yeah.
And it was weird.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah, you never hit a giraffe in
well,
Cruising World?
We haven't gotten done with asking Aggro what he played. We can't get to the news
We seriously have. We have done it twice.
What were we talking about before Project Nemo?
Republic?
Okay, Republic. Yeah, so it's not pre-rendered backgrounds with stationary camera and you touching to direct her around. It's now rendered on the fly like a normal fucking video game.
Do you still touch to move her
It's
around?
still one-touch stealth, as they call it.
Oh.
And I was interested in the
Press
game
X to
still
stealth.
just because of what it is. It's now running on Unity Engine, which also makes it a little bit less exciting because Unity Engine isn't exactly a fucking powerhouse. I know why they used it. It's understandable. It's not a fucking powerhouse. She's, you know what? Yeah, I'll use terms that are ambiguous enough for feminists to hang me with it. She's not beautiful anymore, like she was in the video before, and that's because of the pre-render background thing. Like she's got some Tony Hawk going on. Not that hard though. It's like somewhere between a decent animation and Tony Hawk, and I don't know what fills in that area. You've played a lot of shitty games.
Metal
Can
Gear
you-
1?
Bobbing your head wildly and going Metal Gear doesn't count as even a fucking animation. That's an occlusion error. But in any case, yeah, so I'm still excited. I'm still going to buy it. It's $5 for episode 1.
Oh, great.
But it's
Of course.
okay because David Hayter's in it.
Yeah? For
Yeah,
real?
which was already announced. Like, that was already announced, but when you watch the trailer, he's like, don't trust anyone, not even me. And I'm just like, I bought this, oops. Man, I
Shouldn't have trusted it.
I should have... I should be better at keeping my savings. I gotta save up money, and I'm buying it as I'm saying that. Actually, I can't even.
See, Kojima, see how easy it is?
You fucking idiot!
This was the formula. Put David Hayter in a game, profit.
We almost would have bought that stupid game made by, what was it? Twin Knights something?
Silicon.
Silicon Knights, yeah. If that had David Hayter in it.
Yeah.
We would probably be on board for that piece of junk.
What's Silicon Knights game?
That one they were trying to kickstart.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
That thing.
And then they were like, it's gotta have David Hayter, guys. And it was like, guys, it's too late. I'm sorry. You're already too deep in that hole.
No, you're fucked. Your co-writer was just arrested for pedophile porn
Oh, that's always good.
on charges of pedophile porn.
MetroCon, we miss you.
I'm going to phrase it like that forever. because I find the amount of things you can do to get arrested for that sort of thing fucking
Right.
incredible.
What I love is like
no, this is dead or alive. Wait.
that's the guy who had a lot of child pornography, and that's the guy who allegedly had a lot of child pornography. Functionally the same thing in society.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yep.
Innocent until proven guilty.
No one's still coming to your birthday party.
Yep, your life's fucking ruined. Enjoy. Goes down smooth. But yeah, it is that fucking easy. They also had Jennifer Hale, I believe her name is, another voice actress from Metal Gear Solid.
I was like, that sounds familiar.
So it was fucking incredible. And I don't know, like, I guess I don't have the mechanisms for this sort of humor in my head. Like, presented to me in this fashion, it's like a giant block of true stuff and then like a snippet of false, right? And then it goes right back to true. It was the NeoGAF original thread for Republic. It's fucking incredible because it's just straight up info. And I'm going to let you guys figure out what of all of this is false. So it's like, this is made by Ryan Payton, who worked on Metal Gear Solid 4, and it features many of the voice actors from Metal Gear Solid 4, such as Jennifer Hale, who plays a very strong woman in the game, and David Hayter, who's famous because he played in 24. And I was just like, wait, no, 24. God damn it.
One of my favorite NeoGAF, just weird things like that, was someone was on there asking about when someone would hurry up and make a PS4 controller designed like a 360 controller with the adjusted analog sticks. And the first guy was like, next week in game stores. Just totally commied him.
Good.
And then later on, that guy comes back and he's like, hey, what do you mean next week in game stores? Do you have a link?
In case you didn't know, Hideki Kamiya, Devil May Cry director,
Yeah.
he fucking does that to people who ask him really stupid questions on Twitter. all the time, every day. It's so bad the director of the studio, the head of Platinum Games, has to talk to him about it occasionally. It's like, dude, you gotta stop calling them dipshits. Is IGN your god? No, then die! Shoots lightning. But really,
So, like, it's kind of the reason I always like David Jaffe, even though I really don't like fucking Twisted Metal. And I never really played God of War. I'm just like, I love that man's contempt. I remember when he showed up on fucking The Tester, and like they bring him on and he doesn't look like he wants to be there. And like the fucking tools they have on that show are just start bowing down to him and he just goes, stop. Don't ever do that again. Damn, Jaffe. I love you.
Highly related to that, Kevin Pereira, former G4, and other things, does a podcast. And it's not really gamer focused from my experience. Maybe it is. Maybe my selection is just weird. But in any case, the last 3 episodes have been pretty top notch. One of them had Cliffy B. And actually, he did Cliffy B and Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley spent the whole episode Jeff Keighley was on busting his balls about what show Kevin Pereira is on now, which is like this, we're going to go ask Americans questions, and Americans are dumb, so lol. Like,
I always love it.
right. So in any case, Jeff Keighley, because this whole thing's about the VGX, basically, and they're talking about that, and really, I'm going to... Never mind. That's its own podcast, and we didn't record one that week, so that's just not happening anymore. In any case. Jeff Keighley keeps talking about how through Spike and game trailers, he wants to expand the reach of gaming and, you know, the sponsorships they get from the Dorito popiness. Mountain Dew Dorito popiness, it ties into that, and that's why that is, and it's much better than getting Sony to sponsor an event because they're in the game industry and that affects that. And he starts busting Kevin Pereira's balls at the end. He's just like, where's the episode of Let's Ask America with me and Cliffy B on it, huh? And then he's like, oh, yeah, I mean, we should totally do that. I keep telling them we should make this stuff about games, but they just don't want to. They're like, Americans don't care about games. And he's like, no, really, we should do that. We should get me, Cliffy B, and a third person. And Kevin Pereira's like, who should be the third person? And he's like, oh, I know, David Jaffe. He's like, David Jaffe's too hot for TV, man. You can't take him out there. He'll say the C word in like 10 seconds flat.
Yeah, he will.
I was just like, oh, good, they know. Good, yeah.
Shit, you remember Mod Nation Racers? I've still got like 30 videos from before that game launched, and a lot of them they were having spotlights of guys making other games, like they had Sucker Punch on there, like, hey, we made this level.
We made a track.
And fucking David Jaffe comes on, and they try to get him to do the formula intro where he's like, hi, I'm David Jaffe, creator. He's just, hi, I'm David Jaffe, bitches. And they can't get him to do it, so they have this like montage of clips of him not doing it instead.
I liked it. Yeah, I feel the same way about a lot of people. Like I appreciate the genuineness of their contempt.
Yeah.
And
we need a lot more of that in the video game industry.
Sadly, a lot of the online community seems to view any level of negativity as absolute, like, you're an idiot. Only an idiot would say something negative.
Well, see, here's the thing about the online community. Those are the ones that we need to be contemptuous of. We need the people who have the technical skill, the know-how, and who have made video games to look at this pustuous pimple on the ass of the industry and declare loudly on a Twitter feed, you are beneath me.
Yeah. That'd be great. It's really too bad that's not happening.
Yeah.
So, another episode, and this is an anecdote that I really wanted to cover in this podcast. Like, I want people to hear this because it's a fucking delight. Kevin Pereira had Cliffy B on the episode before Jeff Keighley. Cliffy B's wife, in case you didn't know, is an actual pro gamer. Like, she went to the LAN tournaments all the time when she was a kid. She was growing up. She's a dude. I'm just kidding, but no, she's a she. And she got a job at id and all these other places and just got into the industry through her playing video games at LAN tournaments and becoming a actual legitimate pro gamer.
Always nice.
But in any case, I believe the question they were talking about, they were asking her about how interfacing with the online community was in games. And she goes, well, I mean, actually it was about girl gamers in general. And she was like, or her being a girl and a gamer, more accurately, or a female and a gamer. She was like, yeah, apparently playing video games and being a female just isn't a thing that happens, I guess. So it was just me and my brother and his male friends and stuff. And we would play, and I didn't really see a lot of female gamers. You know, online they'll you may get as a female gamer misidentified for because there are girls out there with t-shirts that are for like Star Wars and they've never seen Star Wars. They're out there pretending they're really into these games and they aren't. They're doing it for the attention, and you'll get misidentified as those being a female gamer. And I'm just like, okay, if your own creed can admit they exist, because that is a thing. It has gotten to the point where it is being propagated that men have invented that stereotype and those females don't exist, and we're all assholes for having invented it. That is actually a thing. Which is fucking stunning. Yeah.
It's an expected backlash.
I love that. I love that so much when it just keeps going back and forth. And it's like, these fucking shitty ass men said something terrible. We're gonna be dicks to men. I'm like, that's not how that works. Fuck. Like, Lee Alexander is a fucking horrible human being. I'll go out there and say that. Lee Alexander is a fucking propaganda shoving bitch who has an agenda. She said the most horrible fucking thing. She was like, I can't wait. I want more women in video game development. I may have said this in the podcast, whatever. I'm saying it again. I want more women in video game development because all men want to do is recreate things from their youth over and over again because they're nostalgia-fueled children.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm still livid.
Yeah.
I'm livid because she's respected by that community. She is a fucking leader to them. She has a job on game development websites talking about like how you make games and tonality of narratives and things like that. And that is such a skewed perspective on life to assume that whether or not something has a penis or a vagina actually affects that much of their personality, you fucking superficial bitch, is heinous.
Yeah.
People who can walk around with that inside of them are fucking stunning.
And like
That's like bigot racist just appearing instantly like, whoa, do you think black people are just inherently stupid? What is... Holy
well, that's how the
shit.
KKK work. They just show up without warning.
Right? Flash bomb. Guess what? This isn't Walmart anymore. It's Battle Royale
The whole
in
thing
Georgia.
about the whole girl gamers and like the whole fake girl nerd controversy,
Right.
is that they as the whole nerd thing got fetishized in mainstream, they started showing up to cons, and guys, some girls, but more vocally guys, extremely. Who had grown up with the nerd label, and this whole sad story of like it happened. They're like, these people aren't real nerds. They're just wearing the t-shirt to be popular and to dress slutty for attention. Which I allow the possibility that a slutty cosplay could be a form of artful self-expression, person to person. That could happen.
Right.
Most of it's just slutty cosplay.
Right.
So that happened, and then the immediate backlash is you guys don't have the right to check their geek cred, which if you walk into a convention, I believe you tacitly approve to have your geek cred checked. Cred checking is the basis of classic geek culture. You want to change it? Fine, but don't demand that it should have been a different way in the first place. Fuck you. Then the backlash of men are all being sexist because how dare you claim that just because she's a girl she can't be a nerd. And then you have these Hawaiian shirt bedecked trilby wearing, and it's not a short rim fedora. That's not a thing. It's a trilby. You fuck bags. Fedoras are awesome. You assholes can go to hell. These fuckers start grouping together and calling themselves men's rights activists.
Oh, yes.
Because apparently being yelled at on the internet is a violation of your rights.
Uh-huh.
Fuck you. So once you hit that level, like, because it keeps it's escalation. Once it hits that, it just helixes together and spins off into the sky of bullshit.
Uh-huh.
This entire argument, this whole discussion, just became noise immediately.
Uh-huh.
Like, some douchefuck made a blog post about fake gamer girls, and then some woman at the head of one of the limitless kinds and different factions of feminism squealed back at him, and then he shrilly and it's like pushing a microphone up against a speaker.
Yeah.
That fast that it happened. And the thing that gets me is like now the whole discussion's on lockdown, that you cannot question someone's nerd credentials.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't think you guys get the culture you're trying to step into.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean that is. And I mean that I can understand why that may be off-putting, but that really is sort of the thing we're talking about. I mean, the fucking conversations I can recall having with these sorts of people, IRL and otherwise, really do just boil down to, well, did you really play blah? Like, they know I'm a gamer, but even still they're asking those sorts of questions because, how your appreciation for, say, the mechanics in the latest Zelda really do boil down to, did you play blah? Yeah. They've lifted everything from blah. It really does boil down. It really does boil down to that, Bob. I'm just kidding. But yeah, and it's just gotten. And I'm not saying Let me be perfectly clear. I'm not doing the favor to say that Ania Sarkeesian created this and is at the head of this movement. No, basically, her Kickstarter succeeding was a reaction to something that was a reaction to something that was a reaction. Yeah, same thing you were just talking about. But because her Kickstarter succeeded and because of there being the sexy story there, these monsters wanted to keep her down. She succeeded over them. We're going to cover this story. Because of that, the whole gender thing is a very hits generative thing.
And I think,
and honestly, I mean, I'm not saying it's a discussion we don't need to have. Right. Like talking about
discussion we need to have at a smaller scale and properly.
Like that's exactly what I'm talking about. For example, wait. Let me just get this out there real quick. There was a fucking depression quest. Have you heard all the shit about that?
I have not.
Basically, This is fucking amazing. Depression Quest was put on Greenlight earlier this year. The developer is a female and is a depressed type.
Okay. Is it depressed type? Like one of them Chinese types? Or?
One of them Chinese types, you know? Feet real close together when they walk. But yeah, so she puts it up, and the Greenlight community just fucking flies off the handle. They're like, this isn't a fucking game. You don't get to put this shit on here, because they're assholes. Like, it's just like cops, right? There are two types of people that are attracted to Steam Greenlight. There are people who are like, maybe I should put my opinion out there because it is valid and equal and, you know, really just make sure things are running right. And then there are assholes. So in any case, flies off the handle at her and she just didn't want to deal with it, I guess. I wasn't there. I wasn't really there when
was the deal
it
with her
happened
game?
earlier this year. It's called Depression Quest.
Right.
Basically, its
One of
whole
those big
concept.
Newgrounds Flash game metaphor games?
Yeah, it's one of those. It explores depression. It explores connecting with people while being depressed, that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So it's an emotionally driven experience thing that
Right.
doesn't have core gameplay, like, at all. And, you know, like, the way you just described that of the metaphorical, yeah, that's a perfectly valid thing to do, and I also understand why... You know, there's a backlash.
And at the moment you scream, that's not a game, this isn't a conversation I want to have anymore.
Right, exactly. That's sort of like, I don't think how far beyond being able to... It is 2013. I'm going to run you through the history of video games to this point. Now, on the PS1, there was a game called Living... LSD.
Yeah.
So, in any case, but yeah, so she takes it down. Very recently, she put it back up. People fly off the handle again. And then a Chan board.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Imagine how much that mic is going through the speaker at this point.
Shit.
A Chan board posted her personal phone number, so there are people harassing her on the phone saying, suck my dick, you stupid cunt, or
Right.
whatever they're
Yeah.
saying. Like, I forget the exact quotes. And yeah, all of this just so I can tell you what Indie Static fucking ran on their site. And people respect this and keep spreading it around. Just this headline alone should make it completely unreadable filth. Female game developers can't get their games on Steam Greenlight. Now I gave them the whole article to bring up one other developer. I gave them the whole fucking article. They didn't. It was just the story of the person who made Depression Quest and how there was a backlash from the community. That is the exact bullshit that makes me livid. I cannot stand this conversation anymore. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, because it's everyone trying to play the victim.
Yes.
And when everyone's trying to play the victim, all it is a bunch of fucktards in a room whining.
High school.
Basically.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It is. Yeah.
The entire gender entitlement argument is just, it's fucked.
No. Let's go with that first one. The entire genital entitlement argument.
Gendal, which sounds like
I
something
think I'm entitled
Beowulf
to my
would
own
kill.
nuts.
But
Now you. Check your privilege at this door. You're listening to GigaBoots podcast, the cisgender heterosexual
Heteronormative.
Sorry, Caucasian cisgender heteronormative podcast. Thanks for
the
this.
thing I was going to say earlier was I was talking like the whole gender issue is really just sort of in video games shunted up under the larger nerd issue of like fake nerds. Just really just sort of shunted up under after nerd culture got mainstream and fetishized. People from the outside coming in didn't understand the distinction between no, you can like Firefly, that's okay. Love Firefly, please. Firefly's awesome. Please stop trying to claim a lifestyle that you didn't come up in.
Yeah.
You don't just get to decide to be a nerd. That was something that happened to you.
Yeah,
that was something other people did to you.
What did they do to you, Aggro?
I've been 6'2" my entire life. They didn't do shit.
Oh, wow. That sounds inconvenient.
It just comes
Yeah.
out like
Fully formed.
Altered Beast.
Like, I came out fully formed with a beard making a Pallas Athena reference.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
That's how that worked.
That's pretty cool. Bob, what have you been playing?
Wow, that took a while. What? How many hours we in?
2 hours.
Didn't we start with Bob?
No, we didn't.
I thought we did.
All we got to
you
was
said it,
Aggro,
and
what are
then-
you playing? Final Fantasy, and then all of this for 2 hours.
Yeah. I tried they released a demo of that new DBZ game.
What Battle of Z?
Battle of Z. It's Battle of Z. I was like, yes, we're gonna have one DBZ game this gen that's actually good. They've taken a few years off. They're coming back. It's gonna be great.
And that is exactly what happened, am I right?
It's never what happens.
Fuck you, Bob. It's never what happens.
It's so bad. I was like, it's broken. It's one of those that really shouldn't come to the States. I don't know why they brought it here.
A cheap buck. I mean,
guess.
there are plenty of people out there who aren't even at the level that Jay from HailZeon.com got to. Like, where he realized these people are willing to hurt me.
Right. Yeah, okay. I guess there is that, just they'll buy it anyway.
Like, they don't understand this is a business. They're here to make money, and they don't care if you feel good about them at the end of the day, because if you're still buying DBZ games, chances are there's not a whole lot they can do at this point to make you stop.
Yeah, that's true.
That's really sick that I just described it like that, but that's fucking accurate.
Yeah.
I was
Let's
listening
talk about how many Sonic games people have bought over the years.
Right?
I think it's still better than that last one they made, though. So
Okay, that's good. That's good.
But that's only
Wait,
because
the
that last
Kinect one with all the punching?
I forgot about that. But that was actually a remake of a game they made previously
Oh,
without Kinect.
Jesus.
And even without Kinect, that game was awful. I mean, that was like hitting the bottom of the bucket. You're...
So, no, not that one. The second, what is it called? Sparking?
It's Ultimate Tenkaichi for the...
Ultimate. That's right.
Yeah.
Was it Final Bout 22? Can we go back to that?
That's not...
No.
that was also awful.
Damn it. They never had that in at Blockbuster.
No, they
Never.
didn't. No, it
God,
was...
that's
damn
because
it.
one guy rented it, looked at the price on eBay, and kept it,
Fucker.
and made $100. Fucking. I was gonna say something. The F-bomb, I guess.
cool.
I'll have you know, and
So insightful.
you probably noticed I did a Jeff Keighley impersonation 30 minutes ago, and I'm still stuck in it. Hell,
What was...
You should have
my-
seen the
dur-
summer during his David Hayter impression.
during my work week, I do Bobcat Goldthwait, and I'm stuck in it throughout the rest of the day. It's horrible. Because I
Yeah.
get that wine, that weird, unique
Yep.
Bobcat flavor.
God, I had a customer I had to talk to once. His accent was amazing. Like it fell out of the back of a rusted Chevy. And it got stuck in my mouth for a week.
Oh, that's always incredible.
But,
So you were saying?
I picked up Battlefield 4. So I've been playing that.
Okay.
I've been playing...
The single player, right?
No,
On
God,
the highest
no.
difficulty?
No. Oh,
Did you get both endings?
Ugh. Ugh. Don't...
That
Okay.
single player's insane. Go watch the quick play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking to Aggro, not you, audience. You should have watched it already, but you're all watching Aqua Plaza.
Anyway, I've been playing it with that Music Unlimited because I was like,
Yes.
okay, I'm gonna try this out.
Now,
See
how
this works.
much free Music Unlimited did PlayStation 4 owners get?
30 days.
30 days. Okay, so you're coming up on the end of it, right? You registered it within the first week or two?
I think it was in the first, or I think it was the end of the first week or so. So yeah.
Yeah, so you're coming up on the end
Yeah,
of it.
it's gonna end somewhat soon.
So how's that?
Um,
What's the experience like?
not that great.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
it has a really good selection. Like I was surprised by the selection. My problem with it is sometimes it'll randomly stop playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Huh.
And then okay, that'd be not a huge problem. But then to go back to it and you have to reboot the whole system. Oh, the whole
App.
whole app.
yeah.
It's not one of those that can actually suspend, like say Crunchyroll or Netflix. It's literally you reboot the entire app. So I'm like, okay, guys, I'm missing a lot of Battlefield time here while you're
Damn.
booting the app.
Sorry, I just have to read this. I got a text from Phil Robbins. He just got his PS4 yesterday.
Okay.
And I'm going to read the text. The text says, Dude, Daniel, holy fuck, your Resogun score is awesome. I'm just, okay.
Okay.
So,
Good.
So the
Noted.
user experience with Music Unlimited is unlimited in quality.
Yes, I would say that's accurate.
They really... That was really scary. I'm going to be perfectly upfront with you. That was terrifying to some extent. Hey, Aggro, did you ever watch that What Indie Hell for Mingling at the Gallery?
No, I haven't.
Good, don't.
Yeah?
This is the most amazing thing. I actually forgot to bring this up on the podcast 2 weeks ago. This is, I told you eventually because I forgot and I was like, well, fuck it, Bob needs to know. Mm-hmm. The developer contacted me.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's great. I'm going for the direct quote because it is That's not a laptop. That's a Chromebook. Yeah, it's
This is why I shouldn't watch it?
it's that level of yes, because we're gonna do it again.
Oh, shit.
We're gonna do it again because something else occurred at the same time, and it was unrelated, but also kind of man, this is probably better.
Can I watch Our Way to Samurai Let's Play?
We're actually recording the next part really, really soon, like in the next few days. I was gonna check what your schedule was.
Okay.
But now that I know you want to watch it, nope. Not happening. Did you know YouTube actually tells me our top fans?
Really?
Yeah. That's in there.
Huh.
That's in the analytics now. There's like a thing I can click and it will just fucking order them. It'll be like, here you go, all your fans with a YouTube account. Here's your biggest fan.
Oh, shit.
Is that not deadly?
Let the blood sport begin.
Let the blood sport begin.
What the fuck, Little Dangerous? 4?
And I can-
It's bullshit.
40? I misread that? You prick.
We've got 40 fans.
Yeah, I know. Weird, right?
Right?
Yeah.
I gotta figure at least like 12 of the people who listen to our podcast just have this total mad on for us. It's like the guys who listen to conservative talk radio just to be pissed about it.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. We have to have at least one listener like that. I know that I'm giving a lot of podcasts out there at least one listener like that.
Yeah.
So there's got to be one for us, at least. Especially since we did that conversation in the middle of this about gender
Yeah.
politics in games. Oh, yeah. I bet that's flying over great.
Yeah.
And when we self-describe as the cisgender heteronormative Caucasian podcast or whatever. Yeah. So I did a couple tweets about that game. I did it in November.
Uh-huh.
And they were obviously not positive.
Right.
I said, that last game we played on One Indie Hell, Mingling at the Gallery, stop charging extra money for the rest of the game. So, even better, it was pulled from the App Store. That's hilarious. Wonder what caused this. So I'm pointing out, like, the quick play, slight spoilers here, ends with us not being able to play, or sorry, that episode of One Indie Hell ends with us not being able to play 4/5 of the game. Because it wants me to pay them more money after I paid $4 for what would be a disappointing demo.
Huh. Shit.
And they want... Actually, no. Maybe I paid more than that? No, I paid about $4. But they wanted $4 more
Right.
for the rest of it, which was fucking stunning. So I tweeted that stuff. The company gets back to me.
Oh.
We found our bug. No quotation marks. Emphasis is all on me. We found our bug as a result of your review and fixed it. It will be back again soon and would love for you to take another look.
Oh, God.
They're completely... Now, there are two ways this goes. Either A, based on that literature, they have no fucking clue what that show was about, what we're doing there, and how shit their product is. Or B, they're owning it. They know they made fucking Drek bottom of the barrel bullshit, and they just want people to see it, and they figure if they let us show them the whole thing, then
my
that
God.
works better. Because this thing is surreal, it's so bad. Like, you just stare at it, and it's like The Room. You're like, they can't think humans act like this.
Tommy was like, it's a parody. We're like, no, Tommy. No, it's not.
Yeah, I feel this really would go in the same direction if anyone knew about it other than us. So we're going to play that again at some point, because I have the whole game now, and that thing is a it is like a magic eye puzzle of wonderment. You just keep staring into it, and you zone out. And the shapes and colors
And you wake
see,
up in some guy's apartment.
yeah. What else have you been playing, Bob?
But yeah, I've been playing Battlefield 4. Have you done any of the online? Like much of that at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that like the best level was the one in the beta.
Yeah, it was hands down.
What the heck?
By like leagues.
I'm like, I don't really even like most of the other levels.
No one's gonna question my use of leagues. Okay,
No,
but yeah, no.
they're leagues. I don't know what.
I
you
don't
want from
really
me.
like.
Like
There's one other level that I like.
which one?
I don't know how to fucking describe it. They're also fucking samey and urban.
Like the only one I completely hate is actually the one that isn't urban at all. It's the one in the forest and with the two factories.
Oh yeah.
God, that's the worst level
It's
design I've seen in a Battlefield ever.
I don't know if that's level design, to be perfectly honest. It just... Imagine you took the corridor intersections constantly happening like in a Call of Duty, and instead of it being walls and corners, it's just trees. Like, that's basically what that is. It's fucking madness.
Like, what if
Nice.
there's just no way where to hide by the flag? What if that just isn't a thing? What if you
Yeah.
just can't do that?
Yeah. What if there is a building full of snipers looking at your sphincter clench?
I
Yeah.
don't know. That sounds kind of cool. But then again, so did Final Crisis. So
The level I actually like, there is yeah, it's really hard to describe these levels. So of course there are tall buildings.
Uh-huh.
Uh
Are the buildings on fire?
no.
Okay, so is
It's a really long street going down, like one major street going all the way down. There are small building, sort of shopette looking things where you can. It's not from the beta, right?
right.
So
Is
it's
it-
not as
is it
shoppy
night?
as the beta. Yeah, it is night.
Okay. Does it have like an overpass?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that one's.
I
that's
like that because the one of the major points is in that thing that you can seal up with the security devices for the building. And
Oh yeah.
it really works well as a gameplay dynamic. Like, it was neat in that level in the beta, but I don't think it affected things as much
yeah,
as...
it didn't do that
Because
much.
you can blow up everything, which you can't for some reason at that level. It seems like the amount of detail and functionality of the blowing everything up system and the design of all these levels is fucking all over the place. That beta level is clearly like way more polished, way more fleshed out than any of the other levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battlefield 4 was a fucking gyp for $60.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't pay $60. I paid 40.
Yeah, I'm the
Speaking
same
of which,
boat.
so that knack trading special
Yeah,
still going till the like 4 more days.
I think so.
Yeah,
Is
I'll be seeing you.
okay.
I'll be seeing you. My review for that's gonna be 3 minutes, because the game deserves that. Like, Link Between Worlds, that has a lot of things in it. Those things need to be explained why exactly they are the way they are and why I feel the way I do. Mm-hmm. Knack doesn't. No, that's very easy to explain exactly what wrong.
I'm Dan from GigaBoots.com, and I feel ways about stuff.
Was
Man, I can't wait till games have their own comment section.
Oh my god, they do. It was Demon Souls.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm okay with that.
I also feel like there aren't many levels in Battlefield.
No,
is there?
it's
like
like, what are there, 4?
maybe 5. Like there are 2 ones with dams.
Well, that's because they need to sell us a shitload.
That's so dumb.
No, that's heinous. There's
Yeah.
a difference. It's very
Okay.
smart, but it's fucking conniving and evil.
Also, I hate that they took out. Used to be when you got in a jet, you started on like an aircraft carrier. You had to launch it, take it off. You had to be good enough at piloting to actually get off that runway. Mm-hmm. Now you just start out flying.
Damn it!
Yeah, I'm like, this is boring. What the heck?
Like, I only ever played Battlefield.
1942.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a helicopter. I'm gonna be here for the next 3 hours, guys.
Yeah.
The choppers are still like that, but yeah, planes are.
For some reason, yeah.
I guess they're like, oh, we
You
can
spawn
cut that.
into them, and it's like, whatever, you're running.
Huh.
Yeah, choppers are cool, and choppers are in that level we're talking about. That's awesome. So this is obviously the Battlefield dynamic now with the DLC and the way that works out, the way that rolls out in their system. they're way more invested in the games as a service thing than even Call of Duty is. Because Call of Duty is the yearly refresh, and yeah, there's DLC, but it's not like, what was it with Battlefield 5? 5 DLC packs, something like that. And I'm okay with that business model, but you shouldn't give us a completely shit, not done, absolutely stupid, buggy as crap single player, a broken online, and charge us $60 at launch with only one good level. Like, that's incredibly heinous.
I don't know why it's just become okay to release $60 of DLC same day you release a $60 game. It's like, guys.
Well, I mean, that's become okay, but Battlefield 4 overstepped it. They're actually in litigation now.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, this is to the point where their stockholders are insisting they were misled about the quality of the product by a wide margin and are taking legal action with the SEC.
Shit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
Yeah, when a game comes out, you've got like the rating down there, and then you've got the other rating, the pass-fail rating of your game must be this good to not be theft.
Yeah. The NES was fun.
Also, One Piece Pirate Warriors 2 went on sale last week on PlayStation Network, so I picked that up.
Nice.
Yeah, that's...
So that does have 2-player, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's got 2 players.
Does it have a Master Sword?
No, it's not.
Fuck.
Right. Well, we're getting that.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't jump on that yet.
I don't think we'll get there.
We will.
We will have to have a Wii U to get there.
You guys can come over. We can play it together.
Or
something.
Yeah, we can watch and then play. And taking turns.
Game and watch.
That thing we used to do.
That doesn't sound right.
Okay.
Is that what we did?
Yeah. Sometimes you weren't holding the controller. Do you remember that?
Dan's like, no, I'm going to play your guy because it's Samus, and so I'm going to go away. I just remember a lot of Smash Brothers, guys.
Right. Yeah. The only time you're not holding a controller when there's Smash Bros in the room is when something went wrong.
Way too much Smash Bros.
You didn't
Guys,
fucking bring the GameCube controllers!
We played way too much Smash Bros.
What are we gonna do? Talk about feelings?
Like, Dan, I don't know if I ever told you this story. I played the first game constantly with my brother.
Yeah.
And then we started playing way too much Melee. Mm-hmm. And then, like, I went back to play with him after, like, a year of not playing it. And I wiped the goddamn floor with him. Like, I'm the younger brother. It was embarrassing. He had 2 level 9 computers, and I whipped his ass.
Awesome.
I was just like, oh, shit. When did that happen?
You're glowing.
I'm like Krillin stopping a bank robbery. Like, oh, fuck, I didn't notice. Sorry about your skull.
It's fucking, hopefully that one on the 3DS is good. I have no faith in it, but if it's good, then that will just make my 3DS not the worst purchase I've made. I realized when I beat Zelda, I'm like, wait a second, every Nintendo game this year has been disappointing. I've never ever been able to say that.
Shit.
I don't know, there was
Wii
2 years
Sports
after the Wii
isn't
came
a
out.
bad game.
We'll have to hit Wikipedia
Well, yeah, but that
and
came
go
out
year by year.
But then
That came out
what did they
year.
even come out with on the Wii after that? For like
Exactly,
Mario
there was a
Kart.
whole year of just... It was disappointing because there was nothing.
No. See, the sentence was, every Nintendo game I played this year was disappointing. I can't be disappointed by a thing that doesn't exist. I could be disappointed in the company that didn't provide a thing that should exist. But yeah, no, I've never played multiple games from Nintendo all in one year and been able to... Like, I got Luigi's Mansion instead of Fire Emblem.
Oh, man,
That would
was
have
a
fixed that.
mistake.
That would have helped at all. I got the new Pokemon. Should have waited on that. And then I played this Zelda, and I don't. And then that combined with my experience on the Super Mario 3D World, it's just all of those are in that same area. They're just doing they think it's 2008 with the Wii again, or 2009 or whatever that was. They're just like, look, it's just like we were on the Super NES again and again, guys. Isn't this great? And it's like, no, you can't. Super Mario 3D Land was okay. You can't just add multiplayer and be like, this is a $60 game. But that's the thing. Everyone who's saying, like, I'm about to say something, Bob. You may disagree, and I don't give a single fuck. Everybody who's saying the new Mario and the new Zelda are fucking amazing and the Wii U is the console to own this holiday season are fucking idiots. Shitloads! That's the stunning part. Journalists are fucking idiots in this industry. I mean, admittedly...
Have you met our website?
Have you met? Hi, website. I am Daniel from GigaBoots.com.
Creator, it has been so long. Why do you talk like that? Bob cannot code for shit. Seriously, Bob. It's called an end parentheses.
A curly brace. You may know this from the game Cave Story. I ended a conversation with the person. They didn't find it funny at all, but I was laughing by the end of it. It was hysterical. I ended a conversation. We had a tangent, the moment ended, and there was a slight pause. The exact pause that would go in this sort of place, and then I go, if you liked this conversation, please like this video and then subscribe.
I was thinking back on the Wii U this year.
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, I think Pikmin's the tallest midget.
I bought that system and I thought there'd be something this whole year that I could latch on to. Like, okay, I got it early and I got something. I got something out of it.
You remember that picture of a Zelda game on the Wii gamepad where there was like a giant spider or some shit?
Well, yeah, that was only a tech demo. I didn't expect that to be real.
I know, just wasn't that great?
It was, I think.
Damn it.
I thought it was great.
It was really great.
Just like that GameCube tech demo. That was a fucking Ganon's Link fight. That was cool. Then Wind Waker came out. It was okay. And then Triforce Quest.
Triforce Quest?
You know, when you spend 8 fucking hours being told where to go.
I was looking for a different game.
Damn.
But we can go that way with Link's crossbow training.
That was years later on the Wii.
Yeah.
We're making this the same conversation. Don't fight it.
I hate crossbows that are used improperly. I do.
But it's a machine gun crossbow.
It's really not. That's stupid. Fuck gas-powered crossbows. Fuck automatic repeating crossbows. Fuck Joss Whedon and his complete lack of crossbow safety. Hey guys, I'm gonna open the weapons chest, pull out this fully loaded crossbow, cocked, and toss it across the room so you can catch it one-handed like it's a fucking .22 rifle. Yeah, let's go.
Now the crossbow, now this is my interpretation of it. The crossbow is the dialogue, and it's being tossed haphazardly between persons without any, and that's why I hate Joss Whedon stuff. Yeah, that's how dialogue's handled in my mind. So, in any case.
So
now that I've pissed off Aggro,
what was the other thing?
It was
both. You know what? Let's just,
if the Avengers had a crossbow, he would have done it in that.
He did it verbally. I saw it. The crossbow came out of his mouth. So how about those diversity centers for PAX? Did you hear about this?
No.
Oh, now the terminology on the website, they're trying really hard to make it apparent what this is. Basically, because Penny Arcade are bigots is the narrative.
Interesting.
And PAX is just a fucking center for breeding this disgusting bigotedness.
Huh.
Yeah, that's been the narrative for a bit.
Weird.
We'll see. Gabe comes out and says something that isn't overtly offensive, but can be taken as such when you think Gabe's opinion fucking matters. You know how we call this the cisgender heteronormative gaming podcast?
Right.
Well, the reason why is because the concept of cisgender was, of course, completely alien to Gabe. The idea that you're born of a gender but you identify with a different one, completely alien to him. And he said, all he said, as far as I know, from everything I read, is if it has tits or if it has a vagina, then it's a woman.
Right. No, yeah, I see how
Yeah.
the Tumblr verse might have melted down over that.
Yeah, so in any case,
All of the triggering.
for the next pack, well, to help counter this,
That and the
they
dick will
allowed
stay.
more talks. They signed up more talks about diversity and hardship and stuff like that for packs over the few events since these sorts of things started happening, and that became the narrative. And it's not fighting it. So their latest attempt is the diversity something like center. In my head, I've replaced it with camps because
Yeah, that's how it sounded when you said it.
yeah. So now the idea is this is where they're gonna hold all of those talks.
So they're gonna have all of the diversity talks separated.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god!
Now you can see how they thought this was a good idea, and it is. Like, here's the weird part.
Like, organizationally, yeah.
Organizationally, as a product, it is a good idea. It's a good idea in a couple different ways. In real life, the message you're sending is fucking hilariously off.
See, 'cause here's the problem here. They're trying to make the internet not mad at them.
Right.
It's like, the ocean's not mad at you, bro. It's just gonna keep pounding the shore. You can't fix that.
It's just amazing. I think the best podcasts, the best people to listen to on the internet are the type that just don't give a fuck.
Generally.
Yeah. Because they realize that everything's bullshit. And if everything's bullshit, imagine what that guy on Twitter who's yelling at you because of some comment you made offhandedly that didn't reflect your full opinion. Imagine how bullshit that guy is.
This is what gets me. I don't know if you've seen some things you haven't shared with me, but we've said some terrible things in this, and so some of them have been jokes, and then some of them have been pure baiting, but I have never seen a rational response to anything we have said on this podcast.
A rational response?
And kind of
like
a rational response. Anything measured or thoughtful or with a point.
I'm going to think about that for a moment. By the way, this podcast is actually really tame compared to what we did in Project SBF. Like, just scrolling through the SBF videos, I'm like, wow, we made every offensive joke possible. Oh, wait, no, we never used the N-word. I don't think.
Like, I pitched it a couple of times. But we never did it.
I feel like we didn't have the grace necessary to pull that off.
Yeah. You really think we did more offensive stuff in SBF?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, for one... I think it's best summarized as I'm a man who portrayed an Orson Scott Card.
Oh God!
That wrote.
Oh God!
The original version of Ender's novel involves Dak molesting him. I believe did it stop at molestation? I think we left that open.
Yeah,
because it cuts away before.
Right, he was going for the thigh,
and he kept going for no, it's not child pornography. It's space.
Yeah, man, boy, space, love, and then I cut you off.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And that alone epitomizes exactly what SPF was.
I watched that one recently, and I thought, like, oh my God, we weren't like going for shock value. This is just what we thought was funny at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh Christ.
Which is amazing because, and this is the scariest part, I had no idea that Card was a bigot.
Right? That's the best part of that whole story. Turns out the guy's a homophobe.
We needed a dialogue to film something with Johnny C. Oh man, I just let it slip who Nutshade was. Whatever, fuck it. You people don't even know what SPF is! And you better not Google that. There are viruses in any case, so I think I scared them. So in any case, it was basically like I for some reason was involved in Ender's Game. I think I was reading one of the later books, and it doesn't take a whole lot to change Ender's Game to make it a terrifying novel.
Yeah.
And a lot of those things exist in real life. Like, it's not far-fetched for it to be just shifted slightly enough via real-world people being the characters in that story for it to just be terrifying.
Of course, then there's the alternate ending of that sketch with a vampire, I think.
My God. The alternate ending of that.
I don't...
We filmed, like, one scene of it?
Yeah, and then realized that the rest of that was A nightmare?
I don't remember.
Like
I
there was
remember it starts like the alternate ending started with Orson Scott Card getting interviewed, and like our joke was, and this is really where the payoff for the sketch was. The joke was that his book completely reformed like man boy like same gender relationship laws, and he's just like, I wanted to write a book, and he just keeps freaking out. And something about murder right after.
Yeah,
that.
like I think the editor's son, something horrible happened to him.
And he blamed it to that.
Right, and like it ended with him just shooting it.
Yeah.
I don't remember why there was a vampire.
I think I'm age appropriate now to play the age gap because it has been about 5 years since that. So,
Did we put a vampire just so we could have like give Brett something to do?
we do things like that a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Or was it a guy who thought he was a vampire? It had nothing
There
to
was
do
a,
with
it
the
was a
sketch.
guy who thought he was a vampire. I'm positive that was it because we thought that was really fucking fun.
We should have been supervised.
Like, here's the thing. That is really fucking funny because I know people, like, that is based on a person I know in Defuniac.
Oh, well, yeah, no.
Who filmed one sketch with us and never again.
Oh, yeah?
He was that dude who's hitting on Becky.
Oh, God, yeah. Was he a vamp kid?
He thought he was a vampire.
Oh, shit!
He was immortal.
Oh, I wish I'd have known that day.
I know, me too, right?
Crap!
I've been playing Link Between Worlds.
Okay.
uh,
I don't think I said anything about One Piece. Oh, well.
oh, yeah, how's one?
It doesn't have a Master Sword. Done.
Okay, yeah.
One and done. Piece
But-
2.
But the frame rate's surprisingly bad in that game.
Really?
Yeah, it gets really, really bad.
Huh.
It's still good as a game, but yeah, I think they kind of... I don't know what
They
did.
kind of made an anime game.
Yeah.
It's going to sell because it's an anime game.
Right.
How's that Attack on Titan 3DS game?
Oh,
Great as usual.
Great.
Great.
That guy on Kotaku said it was... Well, no, he said it was...
No, he said it was awesome or something.
He
Because
said it was
every
awesome,
headline...
but it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Kotaku. I hate... I hate.
I know. You hate.
Yeah. I hate that me being angry at things that are egregiously heinous, that are just pandering bullshit for getting views. Like, it's not... This guy has really positive attitude. No, that guy is trying to tell you that every single thing every day is the best thing ever. So you can click the thing so he
Yeah.
can get money.
And then look at this picture of something with bacon on it.
Yeah, me being frustrated by that makes me a dick, I guess. Maybe it's just the way I express it. I don't think there is a positive way to express that, though. Is there? Is that its own series?
There's not a polite way to express that idea. Like,
No.
what you're doing is reprehensible and you need to stop.
Everyone noticed that man's a fucking monster, right? Not just for the mustache.
That asks me the question, does no one else notice this guy's a useless shitbag? Because what he's doing is polluting the entire discussion.
Lost should have done that a few times.
Island meeting.
Again. This is 10 minutes since the last one gets up. So it's all right. Frame rate's choppy.
Yeah, frame is choppy, but a lot of characters. Like, I've only unlocked maybe...
307, and I still got 7,000 to go.
I think I've unlocked 8, and there's just, like, this huge page of guys I haven't unlocked. And I'm like, whoa, this must have, like, everybody. Also, spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna happen. I'm watching it as it comes out in the US on TV. So,
Oh.
yeah, I'm finding a lot of things, just character relations of like, what? Luffy has a grandfather? That's weird.
I thought it was like dad and then tree.
You seen Luffy?
I thought Goku was his dad.
Oh god. What if Goku is his dad?
What if he's a vampire and Goku is his dad? We need to make more SPF sketches. We're gonna get on that right after this.
Yeah.
That's the first time you've ever replied to that with that face of dismay and like depression.
No, I'm trying to think of the circumstances under which you can entertain the notion that Luffy's a vampire.
I really abstracted away from Luffy entirely. By the time that rolled out of my mouth, I was like, what if that guy in Defuniac?
I can see that Goku would fuck a vampire.
No, it wasn't even that. Because that would tie up the knots,
I'm
right?
trying to make this make sense.
The loose ends would be reasonable. No, it has to read like the worst fan fiction ever. It's like, Goku's my dad, and late one night, while I was in the forest, which is where vampires are,
Sometimes.
really in between places, they're not just in the forest to be in the forest. They were here, and they were getting over there, and the forest is
They're
in between.
forest vampires, man.
They're forest
They're
vampires.
weak to ice, but they're great against ground.
Okay, I'm gonna check with you, see if you can
Are
answer
they in the
this.
newest Hobbit movie?
They're really not.
Thank God.
No, fuck that. I want it to be as dumb as possible. I need something in that movie. No, I don't. I don't need that movie. You, Aggro.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a sorcerer and a wizard, or and a mage? Sorcerer and a mage.
I assume you're not asking, like, in a specific system's class structure.
I'm not coming into this with any pretenses about, like, what is a right and wrong question or answer.
Well, I
want to know what you would source to answer that question. Like, what would be your go-to?
Well, I can go. Either you're asking me about the difference between classes in a tabletop game, or historically where those words come from.
Okay, I prefer the former rather than the latter, just because the latter isn't as interesting.
Okay, in most traditional tabletop RPGs, a wizard has access to the complete printed spellbook, but he must memorize his spells once per day. The sorcerer has a much smaller spell list, but he can use those spells a lot more frequently than a
See,
wizard.
I didn't know this until I was listening to the Giant Bombcast earlier. I was listening to it yesterday, and somebody threw that out, and I was like, really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that with Aggro, see if he says the same.
That's their biggest difference. The sorcerer is like easy mode for people who aren't mad enough to be wizard yet.
Okay, similar thing that came up on that podcast. Like, these were written in letters from users, and you users don't write us anything, so now I'm stealing their fan mail.
What if that's a faux pas?
I don't know, actually, I don't know if this was fan mail. I think this was just related to that conversation. It was just weird. Do you think the Hadoken is a spell?
No.
And does that make Ryu a wizard?
The Hadoken is not a spell. The energy used is not arcane, occult, or magical in nature.
Right.
It is a martial arts technique.
Right. See, that's what I think it is. The extension of the physical chi, right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
physical manifestation of his
breath
chi.
life, yeah. It's energy forward.
Now, and I didn't think
Unless
about
it turns
this.
out to really be fire.
Right.
Whoa.
The way I understand the
That's
technique.
the thing, though. Ken's does catch people on fire in Street Fighter 2.
Shit.
Yeah. That's where it gets weird. And even weirder, Dhalsim.
Dhalsim's magical.
Yeah.
Wait. I thought Dhalsim was just drunk.
You can stretch really long when you're drunk?
No. That's
He
not...
shouts yoga before all of his shit.
True.
Maybe that's his beer.
That's Yabisu and wrong country.
All right. Maybe he can be magical. Maybe Ken, like...
See, I thought he had a fiery
akin,
spirit.
Yeah, he has a natural akin with the element of fire somehow.
Yeah, I assume it's shamanistic in nature.
Yeah.
So when he does his key out there, it's automatically fire. He can't stop it.
Yeah, it's not a pure thing. He's got a fiery nature. See, okay, I was thinking the same thing.
And I mean, even his Shoryukens go fire.
Yeah. Which don't even, like, I'm not even... The Hadoken's hard enough to...
Don't go past that.
All I've been playing is Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds. Oh, wait. In Mighty Switch Force, I finished that. I got the charge shot.
Cool.
Eh.
It is just cheating mode.
Kind of. If you shoot it in midair, it does kick you back. So you can miss jumps because of that. So it counterbalances in that way, but in other ways, it just makes levels much easier to run. Much easier.
Yeah, because there's just points where you're like, oh,
That final boss just looked bad. Like, that looks so cheaply. It was a head, and it just did this, and it shot 3 fireballs.
Huh.
It wasn't attached to anything,
Yeah,
really.
I forgot about that one.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, why does this game even have a final boss? That's Weird.
Yeah, it is. And then they were like, we have 5 more free levels. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm done, game. I'm done.
Did you watch the whole Nintendo Direct?
I just caught the news afterwards, so we can go into that. What are you thinking about, Aggro?
I don't have any evidence that otherwise Ryu isn't also a wizard.
He does wander the countryside randomly, and
Like, I'm trying to fit all the shit Akuma does into this.
Akuma's a demon.
Yeah.
So he gets off
It's
on
one of those
that.
things, like, there is magic in this universe. It's just...
I don't know. I mean, Akuma, isn't he not supposed to? I thought he was just Ryu's master's failed apprentice who went to the dark side. So he's not really a demon. He's just
He's
a really bad dude.
taken in the evil energy to the point.
What do they
of
call
that.
that? The dark key or
The
something.
Negaforce?
Yeah, there you go. Negaverse.
The Metaforce? Can Ryu use the Metaforce?
Why not?
Does he have a rare metal? Can Shout Factory please make a Season 2 box set of Metabots, goddammit?
I was like, is this Metabots? I bet this is Metabots. Let's just go with that.
So what did Nintendo have to say directly?
There's a new Chibi Robo.
I don't know the old Chibi Robos.
They're releasing Robo. There's only one.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
a
that-
GameCube.
There's a GameCube one. I thought they also did one on the original DS. Pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, it was like only released at certain stores or something.
Wonder why I didn't know about it. So, later this month, on the 28th, I believe, they're releasing Dr. Luigi for the Wii U.
Did you see the trailer for it though?
No.
Damn it.
That is hilarious. It is Luigi, and he clearly should not be trusted with drugs because he's just like freaking out, holding the 2 pills, and that's great.
Red pill, blue pill, red pill, blue pill.
But yeah, it's like
Today,
Dr. Mario with L-shaped blocks, or you can play the classic mode with just Dr. Mario. It's the first Dr. Mario with online multiplayer, so I'm like, okay, I can see.
Go play columns.
yeah, high five. I decided I was going to start collecting Genesis games.
That's never a bad decision.
Sonic 3 I don't own, and I don't own Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic and Knuckles.
Do you have Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine?
No, and I'm never going to have that because that game is bad, sweetie.
I remember it being awesome.
He owns it. He has these Sonic's Ultimate Genesis. I will make you play that if you don't stop.
Or maybe
saying,
I just kept playing it right after playing Sonic Spinball, and it just kept rubbing off. Oh god, Sonic Spinball's good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
No, I will kill myself if that game was bad.
it was great.
Yeah. That's how I got through high school.
Denial?
Suicide threats. This guy in the back glass is like, fucking do it, we'll all get A's.
Oh man, I also been
Have we
playing
reached that level of hostility in high schools, you think?
Which level?
somebody
The threatening
will just-
suicide or fucking do it?
Does it fucking do it?
Yeah, I think the 90s is where we hit fucking do it.
Okay, what were you going to say?
I played a whole lot of E7 this week too.
It's the PSPs.
Yeah.
Second most recent release in new games.
I gotta play one of those. Because I hear they're all
One?
mostly really awesome.
No, sir. We need to play all of them. Honestly, it's high up on our candidate list for games we need to let's play. So, yeah, because those are excellent
Ease month,
games.
we quit our jobs.
Actually, see, that's the thing. Ease games, you know, Half Minute Hero or 30-Second Hero. Mm-hmm. That shit's ease. Like the original ease is straight up that. Like you just run at an enemy from an off angle and you'll hit them. You don't hit a button to do it. Even you just and you level at the same insane ramp that you get in that game.
That's what I heard about. That's why I fell in love with it conceptually. Of like ease, it's the RPG for people who really don't have the energy for RPGs
It's the RPG
anymore.
for a man on his 15-minute break. Like,
Have you played a full JRPG? Yeah, then you basically get it. You just want the story and the items. Let's do it.
Let's do this. Oh, and Dogi, who can punch down brick walls.
Like, I want to get a card clip like have ground done.
So E7.
It's really different. Like,
Yeah.
I'd only played Origins before this, which, again,
I've only played one game in the series, but this is a huge departure.
but I've seen.
How do you know the other one wasn't? Ah!
I've seen enough of the others to know that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is wild. You have 3 characters you control.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I like.
Celceta is actually a lot.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
way
like,
closer to 7. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's what everything I've seen from it. There's also not a jump button.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I played the demo for Celceta, so.
Yeah, there's a demo?
Yeah. I think it was a Japanese store.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. Okay.
I think you did play it too.
Probably played
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Probably played
Because that doesn't sound like something I do,
Right.
but maybe it is. But in any case, so E7, okay, good.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. I keep forgetting that this isn't the new one, and that's why it doesn't look good at all.
Well, see, that's the thing. I can't look at PSP games who do that resolution scaling trick and not immediately know I'm... Like, I look at that and I'm like, I'm in PSP because it looks awful, and that's the only platform they've ever done that on. Basically, it looks like a really shitty... if you guys... I don't know if either of you ever had to deal with this. Back in the days of EGA, CGA, color, like, before VGA, we had shitty colors for computers. So magenta was like the main color of one of them. And since you couldn't do shades, they like interspersed dots.
Yes.
That PSP scaling technique always reminds me of that. It looks fucking awful.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't...
Also, it doesn't have any voice acting except the little voice clip that they say whenever they're fighting.
Is
like, it's my turn, or something like that.
Okay.
Divine Soul.
Do you know if Soul Bad Guy plays Dogi?
I can't even tell.
Okay,
It's
'cause
such
so
a small...
short, yeah.
And I almost never play it with audio on because I'm, at work or something.
Ah, it's the best time. Okay. I did look over while you were playing it, and I was terrified because I saw that dot thing I was just talking about. I'm like, no, why would they do that on the Vita? That doesn't make sense. And then oh, wait, no, that's not the new one. So even not playing it, I did the same thing you did.
I'm like, it's only $7.50. That's why I bought it. And I was like, darn it, I really want to play the new one now. Oh,
Well, see, that's why you're tanking through this and the 13 other games first. Got to play them in order. So, yeah, that's all I played.
okay.
We were in the Nintendo thing.
Yeah, we were in the Nintendo
we
thing.
did Chibi Robo. We didn't talk about NES Remix.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't
NES
expect that to be
Remix is really weird.
$15.
It was announced today. It comes out today on the Wii U. It's 16 different NES games. It's a large number of NES games, like somewhere in that range of a dozen or so. And what it is WarioWare?
Yeah.
You know, that basically just shoves you right into the game and then it's like, do this!
Uh-huh.
Imagine someone did that for all these really old games, these NES games, where it just shoves you into the original Donkey Kong and it's like, jump over 3 barrels!
Nice.
And then you just have to do that and it's like, good! And you do 4 of those in a row. Right? So that's the primary mode of play in this.
Right.
Doing that gets you stars. The stars unlock more games and eventually unlock the remix levels. The remix levels are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like they tripped out the graphics like balls deep. Like it is fucking crazy. The original Mario Brothers, they added a paper matte texture to the whole game. They added 3D depth and drop shadows to it.
Shit.
There's an inverted color gradient in the sky that's more like the evening. And you still have this goal while playing it. Like, it's not just the whole game, but this. It's still a similar modality of that WarioWare-esque thing.
And for some reason, Link and Donkey Kong. I don't know what that's about.
Donkey Kong...
Stab this monkey.
The first set of remixes for Donkey Kong had a, like, light-in-the-dark thing, where it's just Donkey Kong, but you can only see in a small circle around your character, which changes your ability to see the barrels coming and avoid that.
I didn't see that one. I saw the one they did that was Excite Bike.
Kotaku did a long-form video.
Huh, okay.
And by that, I mean 5 minutes, which certainly exceeds their average reader's attention span, so That's a long form video for them, I presume. I mean, I read their reviews. Just a giant box that says yes or no, right? That's the whole review. Yes, no, maybe? I was like, you lost me after May.
Like, May, no, June. Shit, what?
That is December. Merry Christmas. I did that thing. I did the worst thing ever. I said Merry Christmas like a full week before it.
Is that bad?
That's stupid. It's not Christmas. You say Happy Holidays, like some shit that makes sense. Imagine a motherfucker said Happy Thanksgiving for a full week before.
But is it
Happy 4th of July! Dude, it is fucking June.
right? But it's
Shit.
it's that situation of that's the holiday that's big. That everyone, or that in America, they expect that.
But it's not that holiday yet.
No,
Right,
It's
that's
right,
the
yeah.
problem.
Christmas time. It's
Right,
that
it's
season.
It's that season. They're in there. You're
It's
in
got
your
creep.
store to
It goes
buy.
out like we put Christmas.
buy your
Creep.
Christmas
Since we
stuff.
had the winter solstice, we've been doing shit like this. It's not weird.
Like after Black Friday, it's free game.
It's pretty- What? No,
Yeah.
there's still November after Black Friday.
Doesn't matter.
usually.
It is now Merry
No,
Christmas.
you can't-
I generally wait for December, but
Fuck that. Fuck that all the way to the bank. That I don't know. I this close. I think it's the 18th, and I still feel fucking weird being like Merry Christmas. Maybe if it was only like 4 days.
I mean, if people like we're decorating for it, we're already going around shopping for it. This whole thing is this long cultural thing. It's all Christmas. It just ain't present o'clock, bitch.
Right? No, it's not President Clog. So they announced Hyrule Warriors.
Yep.
Is there more than one warrior in that game?
I hope.
Probably. I'm gonna guess
Yeah.
that Princess Zelda shows up, and for some reason this isn't championed as equality. Because of course nothing ever gets championed for that. Things just get pointed out for being sexist because the main character's a man.
Well, I mean, she's gonna play mostly as Sheik, and she's dressed like a dude.
And that changes it somehow.
Actually, you know, they kind of, I don't know.
Did we get
I
Impa?
don't think
I
that
didn't know she was supposed to be a dude.
Impa.
No, I'm sorry, Zelda was dressed as Sheik.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because we had Impa, so I'm like, what? That's Zelda dressed as one of those things. I don't. Oh, she was supposed to be a dude? I thought she just got ripped in the apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't know. Impa or Sheik was always a mysterious figure, so I never assumed a gender. Kind of less of a surprise when you don't make assumptions about the mysterious figure. I don't know. Damn it, what were we just... Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know, like, aren't they might they... I could see them, and I think it is likely that they might want to roll that back, but I guess if they are if they're scrapping for characters, if they're really stretching for them, then yeah, they'll totally be like Sheik's a character.
Yeah, I mean, there aren't that many people in Zelda universe
Right,
compared to
which-
how many they have in Dynasty Warriors.
But seeing
and
how
all these other things they do.
Involved Link is, how developed that character is just in that video, I'm like, wow, that is...
Shit, I'll take different links. That'd be awesome.
That would be freaking cool.
Like, yeah, this amazing tag-out mechanic where they just keep handing off the Master Sword.
And they need to do that, like, total Zelda yell. Ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
I was
There
hoping-
wasn't enough of that in that trailer.
Yeah, no.
I guess the voice work isn't done.
Probably.
Oh, wait, no, that voice work was done 10 years ago.
I was hoping Ganondorf would be playable, but I was like, why would he be fighting this stuff? Oh well, it's Dynasty Warriors. It'll not make sense anyway.
They'll just write a really shitty reverse plot. You know, I've been thinking of killing all the Jews. Oh, Cao Cao, you're so noble. Awkward silence.
Now, I have admitted on this podcast before that I'm not really brushed up on Chinese history, let alone this Three Kingdoms shit. But outside of a rather off-colored joke, a boat captain once told me, I swear to God, that's the truth. I don't think the Chinese had a problem with the Jews.
Cao Cao clearly had some thoughts.
Right, he had to get out of the country to deal with it.
He was way ahead of his time.
Yeah,
We're gonna say
the fucking pioneer right
a
there.
forward thinker and an anti-Semite. But you know how the saying goes: call Sao an anti-Semite, and he will appear and kill the Jews.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems developed enough as a character. I could see it going Mystic Warriors.
Yeah, even that had like 3.
3, yeah. So I could see.
Yeah, I guess
I could see Ganondorf not being a character at the level where you got 3. I can see 3 coming out of something.
Either that, or it might be like, oh, it's the 3 people with the Triforce.
It could be that, yeah.
Isn't one of that Ganondorf?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just
chill.
he needs Ganondorf. Okay, so we're just gonna.
Link's got courage, so he's gonna fight a million dudes. Zelda's got
I can't even-
wisdom, so she's not gonna do that.
I
And
can't
Ganondorf's got power, so it's time for Hyper Beam.
What was Impa would be really cool. Like
Yeah.
her from Skyward.
Hey Bob,
What's up?
this may be spoilers territory,
What's up?
so I apologize to everyone listening who may give a shit about Skyward Sword. But you had your time. Is that the Sacred Realm?
I'm trying to. The Sacred Realm is involved. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but the cloud areas aren't just the Sacred Realm.
No. That's
Okay. I had to ask because of something. Yeah. No comment from there.
okay.
Yeah. We'll talk about it afterwards. But in any case, I am extremely excited for Hyrule Warriors. My God. Like, if that is the sort of thing that motivated me to want to get a PS3. That sort of cool.
Uh huh.
So I could really see somebody being
Yeah.
like, hey, that looks like a fun game. I'm going to buy this Wii U, play that and lots of other games. And then a few months later being like, it's okay, I got this.
I've been waiting for Hyrule Warriors since some kid told me that there was going to be an Ocarina of Time 2 and it was going to be called Zelda Gaiden and you got 2 Master Swords.
Oh God! I hope you get 2 Master Swords.
Was that person Joseph Nealon?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, because that bastard told me there was a Game Boy Extreme, and I was just I'm
Jesus.
furious.
What would that even be? You need to wear fingerless gloves to play it, definitely.
Yeah, no, oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know if my denim jacket can handle that.
It's great because he was also the same guy who broke the news of the Game Boy Advance SP to me. And I'm like, what does SP stand for? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, fuck you, Joseph.
Superior Profender. I don't know, fucking.
Super penis.
Suck my penis. No one says that.
I want to play more Aquapazza. That was a really fun fighter. Like that, I like how it feels different.
It is different, but God,
That
that
book
character
girl?
is so broken. I took her online, man. That was not fair.
No,
The other guy
you-
clearly didn't
I
know
haven't seen
about
it.
Book Girl.
dude, you gotta try it sometime.
Is it some random Japanese fighter? Did I miss one?
It's the Aqua Plus library of characters. So it's like 2 Heart 2,
That Utawara.
Utawareru
Utawareru Mono.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
But what else?
Like, I don't remember Two
Comic
Heart very
Party?
well because I
Yeah,
didn't
Comic
watch
Party.
it.
Comic Party.
Oh, shit, no.
You don't get to actually play as them. They're sport characters because I guess they could.
No.
Yeah.
No, but Taishi. Dude.
He was the one with the glasses, right?
Yes.
He's just in the background.
Fuck me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they put the 2 main females. The one
What?
with the fan and that.
But Taishi.
I know, Taishi. Yeah.
God damn it.
But yeah, it's actually a pretty well-made fighting game. I mean, it's no Skullgirls.
So
By the way-
who's the book girl?
She's from Two Heart, and she
Completely unbalanced.
she
Okay.
just makes bookshelves
Now,
appear, and they do
like-
massive damage.
Like, I don't remember Two Heart very well because I never watched it or played it.
Right.
But if I remember jokes I gleaned from webcomics well enough, can you play the girl who is a cyborg angel and I think part tree?
Whoa.
Would that
There-
person be multi?
I don't fucking know.
There is
Multi's the green haired chick with the robot ears, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that thus concludes my knowledge of Two Heart.
Yeah.
Can we get some
ditto.
key animes in here?
But multi is in the game, and you do mop around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a really good job of playing up that joke that is the character as their fighting style. So you know, depending on whether or not you're on slick ground, the different moves will do different things.
Nice.
And her super is like this insano mop technique where she's just like drilling into them. It's great. It's great. Bob, have you checked out Super Bomb?
Super bomb.
Ego Raptor released a music video that is one of the songs off of his new album. That's a cross between him and Ninja Sex Party, and the band is called Star Bomb. It's called Star Bomb. The shit is straight up The Lonely Island for video games, and really good. But every song is about dicks, which might make it better.
Wow. I know it's
song,
Ego Raptor, but wow.
That dude in dick humor is ridiculous. I have no idea what this obsession with dick is. Yeah,
you saw that Mega Man video, right?
Yeah, no, like every single song is so much more than that.
Wow.
Indicatude.
So much more.
It's fucking... It is ridiculous. I'm not friends with you two anymore. But yeah, so he got 11 fucking helper animators. This music video is insanely fluidly animated, and the song's really funny. And the whole album's all right. $10 on iTunes. You can check it out.
Cool. You know, I noticed on that Nintendo Direct, they had a decent bit of stuff to show. Why didn't they show any of that during the VGX 2 weeks ago when they could have actually shown people who might have cared?
Nintendo Direct's clearly the place for it, not VGX. It's kind of weird because I'm not saying Nintendo Directs aren't a significant method of communicating.
Right.
Like, it gets the message out there. VGX is better at that, as weird as that sounds. Because those are people who aren't watching Nintendo Directs.
Right.
I mean, for the longest
Nintendo
time,
Direct,
I didn't.
Like, it focuses on those people who already bought your stuff.
Yeah.
Because they are the fanboys.
And to be honest, that's the last person they should be concentrating on at this point. Because as sad as it sounds, and I really do mean this, the reason why the Wii U sales are so low is because the only people buying it are those exact people. That's not an audience you need to talk to. You need to talk to everyone in the fucking world who didn't buy it. I mean, make games. Make actual gamer games, and they are, even if they are recycle-y. I hope Mario Kart 8's good.
I can't even care about console Mario Kart, honestly.
Understandable. It's just, I need to know it's not the Wii one. I need to know it's better than that. I need to know that it's not just like 7 where it's like, hey, remember DS? Well, it's that again, but slightly prettier, and there's this 7 item. Which pisses some people off a lot.
Huh.
Jay from HailZeon.com writes, fuck you!
He does write that a lot.
He does. Because he scripts.
I've seen his YouTube comments.
I've seen his videos, which he loops, as I mentioned before. What else did they bring up in that there directly Nintendo
saw
video?
Some new stuff for Kirby. Saw new stuff for the new Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, there's a new Kirby on the 3DS, in case you didn't know. There's Yoshi Island. What's it called? Yoshi Story New Island? Is that right?
It's just new Yoshi's Island or something.
Okay, whatever.
It's like super.
That's a Wii U game coming out next year.
That's Wii U? I thought that was 3DS.
No, it's Wii U. Isn't that disappointing?
Weird.
Because it doesn't look... Like, I mean, it looks good, but it doesn't look distinctly like a Wii U game now, does it?
No.
Yeah, I was like...
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll look it up, but yeah, I... See, the way I think of it, right, is I don't give a shit already. And then it's not on a thing I own, so I doubly don't give a shit. Now, you know what would help this internet search? Is if we knew the name. I'm just gonna, unfortunately, go through Kotaku and just look at the headlines, and eventually...
Oh.
No, we're not there yet. Okay. No, we're starting to hit it.
That's always funny. Knew it'd happen eventually. The Killer Instinct needs to connect online, so it ruins its turret viability.
Yeah. Explain that to him real quick. Like, what exactly occurred there?
I think I explained it pretty well there. It needs to connect to the internet. It couldn't connect to the internet during the middle of a tournament. It ruined the tournament.
Yeah, that'll happen. Ruining tournaments is always... Honestly, I was kind of enjoyed it as an art form, but not being able to connect to the internet is a shitty way to ruin a tournament.
Oh, wait a second. No, the Yoshi's Island here is for the 3DS. I thought there was a Yarn Yoshi's Island. What happened to that?
The yarn thing's
Are
still
they
being
just
worked
pushing
on.
the yarn thing now? Really?
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about with the crazy, like, Nintendo's like, it worked, do that exact thing again. No, this is different.
Huh.
It's not Kirby, it's Yoshi. Okay, so it's another tertiary character from you guys. It's still, like, a cute character that you've made into yarn because fucking hipsters. Question mark.
Yeah, that's... But yeah, no, that's
And
not
Mario's
this.
a cat. Like, all this comes off as very cynical if you look at it in broad picture. Especially once you're like, well, they made a Dynasty Warriors with Link because Dynasty Warriors sells in Japan like hotcakes. That thing will probably sell insanely.
Do hotcakes sell in Japan?
Yes? Pretty sure.
Is a hotcake a pancake?
Now, the question is, yes. The question is, do hotcakes sell like hotcakes in Japan?
God, I hate you so much right now.
And they fucking showed off that piece of shit Donkey Kong Country game again. I just like, this is...
I'm like...
Again! You guys haven't, like... That isn't out. It's the same game. It's just a different flavor. It's tropical freeze, not banana fruit. I don't...
Banana fruit.
Banana fruit.
Do 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 do.
Banana fruit.
Do 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 do.
But really, though, fuck that new Donkey Kong game. That looks super dumb. I was not a fan of the last one because I couldn't use a button. Like, it was that level of, like, I can't hit a button and do it. I'm not signing up for this.
Now you should be able to hit a button, though.
Yeah.
I mean...
Much like I could on the 3DS if I bought it there.
Right. I really like the level design in the last one.
Yeah.
It's just that this one... Or... It did all the other stuff they had, like, oh, you can blow on stuff to get more secrets, or you can stamp the ground, and it's like all these different little things that made you basically just nitpick every place you stood.
Yeah.
And
You're basically pixel bitching in a platformer.
Yeah, and I was like, it would be great if that wasn't there. It would actually enhance the game if you removed this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love when Nintendo does that. They do that pretty often, where it's just like, you realize you spent a lot of time on this thing where the experience would have just been better without it. It's almost like Nier. Spent a lot of time on this thing, at least I think you did.
Did you in fact rip off some college student?
Hey, interns! Make our new social network!
Interns are like, we'll have the last laugh.
It was,
Yeah, basically. And they did, and will forever.
I think that's how the basic operational system for Walmart was designed in 90.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nier, I guess Drakengard 3... Oh, you were talking about the others, Nier. Sorry.
I was talking about the Vita.
Okay, yeah, wow.
That's the social network.
Yes,
I
was like, what?
Near replicant?
Let's make a huge
let's
guide
make
to sell to the Westerners.
near replicant jokes. Let's do it.
Yep.
What was the other one called? It was near replicant, and then
I don't know. We just called it Nier when it came here.
because we only got one.
Yeah, because we only got one. We got the American
They gave
one.
us the American
Xbox
one.
version.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
How fucking insulting. Japanese games are doing well in the West. That's because you keep fucking it up. If you just bring over the game instead of this opens package turd.
I really want Bravely Default to come out and be like, just sell absolutely stupidly well in America. I want that to happen, and then hopefully that'll change something.
Yeah, I want you to think about that really hard. And then I want you to go to the internet and everyone on there, like, if this RPG I like would just come over and everyone would buy it, the whole world would be different.
I think they would take the wrong lesson out of that.
You think?
Because of the microtransactions. I
They do
think publishers are fucking crazy. And for
that would be
whatever
crazy. It's such a small part of that game. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that I have a reason to like my 3DS. I'm thinking about trading in some stuff. Maybe Pokemon, I don't know. I really don't. And picking up Room Factory 4.
Yeah.
Because I wanted that game. That was another game for my 3DS that I passed up for a game I was ultimately disappointed by. I did this year wrong. I should have gotten Fire Emblem and Room Factory 4 and just settled down and put on glasses I didn't need and fucking sweater vested up and just own it. And no, I was like, hey, yeah, Pokemon, mainstream, let's do it. It got... No, Luigi's Mansion is totally... The argument's full of holes. I can't even make a joke where I'm a hipster because I'm also a hipster in this other universe. Really, I thought Luigi's Mansion would be fertile ground to make a good game with, but no.
Yeah.
Is that gonna do it? Was that everything, Nintendo? I think that was everything, Nintendo. I think that's gonna do it. I think you guys are awesome. You, the audience, thank you for listening. Aggro, I just needed to remind you, if you liked this conversation, be sure to go and like the video and subscribe to us. Remember when you guys used to fucking in SBF like our videos? That fucking drove me nuts. It's like, guys, we got 4 likes. Isn't that cool? And then Jason's like, I liked it. I'm like, Jason, you can't like our own videos. That's a douche move. And then someone else, I think it was you,
Probably.
was like, I liked it too. What the fuck? Aggro, what is your goddamn problem? And you're like, but I actually like it.
It gotta be me. Apparently I was stoned through most of SBF.